What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I am your host, Wiggles, and today we are here with none other than Skykrow. Now, there we go. Calls up. How are you doing, my friend?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's
Doing the
what's
damn
up.
thing, getting it set up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I like your whole thing, man. I only got to listen to a little bit of your music, but and maybe we'll get into that and figure it out the whole crow thing. I fuck with like the aesthetics, kind of just pretty much the little bit of your bio that I got to read and see and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you're a great fit for the show, and I'm glad to have you on. I hope your
I'm
day's
thankful
going
for you
good.
having me on.
Yeah. Without further ado, real quick, Stefan and Insane Lycan came in the chat. One said whoop whoop wiggles, and the other put some hearts, which that's my girl. So I love you, appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that comes through. Be sure to hit that like button. If you're watching this on the replay, you could hit that like button right now and get it out of the way and finish the rest of the stream. So there's
Smash
that.
that like button.
Yes, do it now. Uh, at any rate, we're just going to jump right in with the first question, and that is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised, and where do you currently live now?
My artist name is Skykrow. My name is Skylar. I was born in Waterloo, Iowa, which is where I'm at currently. You know, you're born in Iowa, you get stuck in Iowa.
Okay, I put that in when I was sharing it out. You're definitely the first artist from Iowa, and it's kind of a not like it's weird. It's just a different region. I don't know. I,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
it's
I
very
I
different.
never think of rappers or whatever coming from Iowa. Believe it or not, ironically, my mom's old man that she was married to for I don't know how many years or whatever, but his family was from Bettendorf and Davenport, Iowa. So I don't know if you're familiar
Yeah,
with that.
that's one of the bigger cities. It's that's the Quad Cities area. It's on the border of Illinois, so it's there's like four cities that are all next to each other, and there's two on the Iowa side and two on the Illinois side, and so they call it the Quad Cities. But yeah, that's a bigger area. That's probably like the second largest area if you count all four cities as one. That's the second largest area of Iowa. The largest being Des Moines, which is the capital.
Okay, yeah. And then I got a homie that where is he from? They live somewhere over there in Iowa, so that's like the only one. But he ain't making music or nothing. So it was really like just I don't know, refreshing and different to hear or learn that you were from Iowa. When I seen that, I'm like, ah. And yeah, I never would have thought. I mean, not that the artists can be anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? It's just yeah, you're right there on the river. It's not really. It doesn't seem like that vibe. And
No,
yeah,
it's
you
definitely
said
not.
bordering like Illinois. His wife, his ex-wife, before he got with my mom, was from Peoria, which led him
Yep.
to Illinois, which led them to meet. Yada yada, whatever.
Yeah, that's not too far from Davenport. I think that's like an hour away from Davenport.
Absolutely. So yeah, I've actually been there. At any rate, enough about me and more about you. Let's start with oh, well, no, that's what I would say. You did you ever like you just haven't moved? You didn't want to move? Do you have plans to move
No,
home
it's
as home
dirt
as
cheap,
you
dude.
said?
It's dirt cheap to live here. Like I've looked at moving to some bigger cities, and the cost of living is like double or triple the price. So it's like even though I have to drive all the way all over the place, I got to drive hours and hours to go to any like worthwhile shows. It's still cheaper than if I lived in the places where the shows are because yeah, it may cost me, 75 100 bucks to drive to Chicago or drive to Kansas City or something, but if I'm paying three times less to live, then then that's
There's
worth
your
it. It
spending
just
money. Yeah,
I eat up more time, but then I save money, and time is money. So
absolutely. No, make it make sense, and you sure did. You have a whole principle with it. I can't
if it
be
don't
mad
make
at that.
dollars, it don't make sense.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, let's get into the grind of it. What inspired you to start making music? What was that switch that made you say, I want to do this and I want to take it serious?
Well, that's kind of a couple different questions in there. I've always done music because I've always just been a musically inclined person. So ever since I was like a young kid playing on one of those Casio pianos that the keys light up and it teaches you how to play the song, I've just always played music. But as far as getting into rap, the hilarious thing is I was not ever into rap until I was basically an adult. And the motivation I had to even start writing raps at all is because there is a local kid who is just like the douchiest kid ever, which ironically, he was a juggalo, but he was just one of the douchey ones.
Ah!
But he was one
Ah!
of those douchey kids, right? So
Strike one.
I was like, man, this guy sucks. I could write better than him, dude. He's no effort, low effort. This guy sucks. I was like, I'm gonna make a diss track about this guy, and I ended up never even finishing the diss track because I just figured out, oh, I'm actually really good at this, like writing and rapping shit. Maybe I'll just do this instead of what I've been doing. And then that's how I ended up doing rap stuff, because before I was just playing guitar and doing metal stuff and trying to do the band shit. But
Right.
ever since I tried to do that diss track, I was like, oh fuck, I'm actually pretty good at writing raps. Like, turns out this genre of music that I hate listening to, I'm really good at writing for. Maybe I should give it a second chance, because living out in
Right.
Iowa, there is not fucking rap out here. It's all metal and country and rock and shit. So there's not really, there is rap out here, but there's not, like, when there's
It's
major
not a
artists coming through,
heavy influence.
they skip Iowa. They go straight from Kansas City to Chicago, and they'll drive right through Iowa and skip the whole state.
Right. They're like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's far and few between when we have like actually like major well-known rappers come through that are not from the Midwest. Like, we've had Chingy up here a few times, and we've had, like Tech Nine, but that's because they're kind of local to the area, so that makes sense
Right.
for them to come up here. But you're not going to catch a Jay-Z doing a fucking show out here.
Right. Kevin Gates up in Iowa.
Yeah, there's not going to be Kevin Gates coming out to Iowa. Not happening unless somebody wants to front that 50K or whatever it's going to be. There's not
I
going to be
mean,
a
if
Kevin
they
Gates coming out
pay, I'm
here.
sure they'll go wherever within reason. But yeah, that's craziness. Maybe that little asshole of a kid was what you needed, apparently, though, to just expand your horizons or whatever in the music.
Exactly. I didn't even know what that kid listened to, but like later in life, I looked up his profile, and that's how I figured out that he was a like douchey juggalo, because I didn't know anything about different like subgenres of rap or nothing. The only thing I knew about rap was bitches, hoes, and money, and so that's all this guy was
Oh.
rapping about. And I was like, man, you suck.
Pussy, money, weed, yeah. Um, okay, bet. That's really cool. So you were pretty much raised up into music, or had a music, I don't know, raising, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much. I've just always been interested in doing music things from like various instruments. I play probably like 6 or 7 instruments. So I've
Okay.
just always been doing music things. I'm always going to do music things. Even if rap were to fall off the face of the planet, I would still be doing something music related, whether it's like producing or doing like films, doing like orchestral stuff, or doing a band stuff, or I'm
It's
just always
funny
going to
you
do
say
music.
that because I actually asked a question down the road, or normally do, that says that very thing. If not music, then what? So you think you would, regardless, be doing something around music, even if you wasn't like
Yeah.
the forefront singer, you would be
Yep,
doing
I'd be
something
doing either
involved.
the engineering and the on the production side, or the management side, or I film. I've got like this fancy ass camera set up, and so I also film shows. I have a whole portfolio of about 3,000 pictures that I've taken from various shows and various artists. So I would always be involved in music in one way or another, because that's just my life. Is music is my life. I live it
Absolutely.
too. I don't just say that and then I disappear off the face of the planet for 5 years, and everyone's like, "I thought music was your life, bro." Oh man, life just got busy. Nah, nah, not me, dude. Not me.
That's
I could be
cool.
living out of my car and I would still be driving to shows.
Right. I gotta go home. It's in the parking lot, but I gotta
Yeah,
go.
exactly. That would just make it easier to go to shows. Like, well, I'm not paying a house payment. I got so much more money for shows now.
Right. Seth Moon in the chat. What up? Whoop whoop. Wicked Widget in the chat. What up? Whoop whoop. Thanks for stopping in, y'all. Please smash that like button. It's a small gesture from you, a big favor to us. in the
Smash
YouTube
that like button,
algorithm. 'Cause
subscribe.
yes, it shoots it out and it gets some new weirdos in here to come hang out with us and maybe don't know who I or he is. So that's the goal. But no, thank you guys for rolling through. I appreciate it. Um, we only just got started, so grab some popcorn, get a refreshment, and sit down for the show.
Dang, I just bought a whole new
Okay.
box of popcorn too.
Who do you look up to then in the music industry? That can be mainstream, underground, dead or alive, vague
I
or direct.
the artist that really truly got me into rap, like obviously I have the backstory of like getting into rap because I want to make a diss track, but really the reason I started listening to rap is this artist called Augustus the Elephant, or also known as Pharaoh. He changed his name a few times, but he goes by Pharaoh now. He did the soundtrack for the Afro Samurai video game back in like 2009. And before that, I did not really care for rap at all because I just thought it was all money, bitches, and hoes and shit. And I was like, nah, I'm not interested in this. But then the Afro Samurai soundtrack, the game comes out, and I'm listening to the soundtrack. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. This is like really good music. I've never heard any kind of rap like this, like lyrical miracle type shit. And so then I started looking more into it, and the guy did like 6 or 7 songs on that soundtrack for that game. And I was like, oh shit, well, this is really good. And maybe I'll like start, maybe I can find more artists like this. And so I would say that's like the biggest person I look up to for artists is Pharaoh.
So do you know who like Ghostman is? Suicide
Oh yeah,
Boys.
I know tons of artists. I know who Ghostman is. I wouldn't say I look up to him. I like some of his
No,
songs,
I'm
but
just
he's like
curious to know
a
what you think of their sound, because like they
oh
kind of
Ghostman.
they're that blend of rock and rap or trap or
Yeah,
dark or
I think Ghostman's got some good songs, but he's like a one trick pony. Like every song sounds the same,
yeah,
which is like
literally.
it gets old pretty fast. Like he's got a couple songs that are different, but like I like the 2 songs he did with Puya, the 1,000 rounds and 2,000 rounds. I like those. Obviously everyone likes Mercury Retrograde. That song's okay. It gets too weird for me. It's like it starts out like it's going to be a good song, and then he starts doing the weird screamy shit, and then that just like ruins the vibe of the song.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
I scream all day long on all my shit, but it's like there's a like certain songs have a vibe, and he just like ruins the vibe when he starts doing all this screaming shit on it, and then it goes right back to the chill shit. And it's like
Yeah. Pick up
bipolar as
better
fuck
me.
song.
Yeah.
Like you got to pick a lane, bro. If you're gonna have this like chill ass like vibey beat, you can't just like randomly throw screams in the middle of it and just kills the vibe. Then you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Right. What was that? And then you're waiting for more, and then never. Yeah. Nah, I
Yeah,
get
and
it.
then it
Now,
just goes
no.
back to being a vibe, and it's like, what the fuck?
Right. Cliffhangers or something. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out to TV coming in the chat. I
I
appreciate
would say I like his features more than I like his actual shit. When he features on stuff, the songs are kind of more put together, more well put together. Like he has a feature with Ice Peak, I think it's how you say it.
I'm
It's
not.
this like Russian girl that she's somehow got her heels dug into like the underground like a trap metal type of artist. Like she has Zillikami on a song, and she has Ghostman on a song. It's like
Okay.
he fits the song perfectly. They gave him the correct part of the song because a lot of her songs like to have weird like I don't really know how to explain it, but her beats are super crazy weird. They're very Russian feeling beats. Like it'll sound like it's got a beat going on, and then it'll all of a sudden just go into some fucking like what are those like opera? It'll go into some like opera shit out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck am I listening to
Yeah.
right
No.
now?
That's like
It'll be
that's
a
the
beat, like
one
it'll sound like a rap
genre.
song, and she'll be like rapping in fucking Russian or something, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I can get behind this.
Listen.
Then it'll get to the opera section. You're like, what the hell is going on? Then after the
Listen. I
opera
like
section,
weird. I
then
like
it goes into some
different.
like creepy drop, and then Ghostman comes in out of nowhere and does the
Like,
Ghostman thing, and you're like, Yeah, and then like the beat gets super heavy, like trap heavy for no reason. You're like, what the hell is going on here? The song is awesome, but it's like it's a very wild roller coaster of what the hell is going on in this song.
What the? Now listen, what I'm saying. I like different cultured music. I like different country music. Sometimes the whole like Norse Viking drumming.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm already on YouTube. I'm gonna pull it up. Watch this. If you want to listen to some weird shit, listen to Ice Peak.
But then some of it.
This song right here. This shit right here. Ice Peak featuring Ghostman, and it's got this fucking Russian Cyrillic ass fucking characters going on. Look at this goofy ass. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. She's like braiding her own hair. There's like a line of her. There's like a line of girls all looking the same.
Jesus.
It's a weird ass fucking song.
I'm gonna have to look it up for sure.
Yeah. If you want to listen to some weird Ghostman shit, that's like what I think is his best song personally. I think it's his best song, and it's the weirdest song that I've heard.
Said I'm gonna humbly disagree on your Ghostman. I think that says taste. Oh, taste. That's funny.
Yeah, he's just too much of a one-trick pony for me, honestly. He's got two modes. He's got the I'm gonna mumble, and then he's got the that's what you get with Ghostman. You get one or the other. That's it. And it's fine. Like, he does it good. At least he knows his lane and sticks to it, but it's just not for me. I like to have a little more substance with my with my music.
Do you know who he's from UK, I think, technically. Do you know who Percy Bones is?
I know who Bones is. Yeah, I know. Bones is basically
Bones,
like
Percy Bones.
Oh, is Percy Bones like a different artist than Bones?
Yeah,
I don't know Percy Bones. Then I only
he's got a mullet, bro. But he does
no,
this.
I have no clue who that is, dude.
He does this.
Was
like,
that UK Tiger King?
Scream like. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Percy's dope, but it just reminded me of that.
Yeah, I definitely thought you were going to talk about Bones because he's adjacent to Ghostman. They're like two peas in a pod.
Yeah, pretty much the same sound.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck around and got a brand new. Yeah, I don't know. Some of it's catchy though, but some of it's repeated shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying this music's bad. I'm just saying it's like, for me, it gets repetitive that it's the same two voices and it's the same kind of sound, like, which is good because that's brand recognition. You know, it's a Ghostman song as soon as you hear it. You're like, oh, yep, that's Ghostman. You're like, that's either Ghostman or that's Bones, and then you just wait and see if he starts doing the and you're like, okay, well, that's Ghostman.
That's awesome. All right, enough about them. Back on to you. Are there any current projects in the works? What's next? Are you working on any songs, any features?
Oh yeah, I'm working on a ton of shit. I got an album in the works, but right now I just dropped a single called Skeletons featuring Sick and Sane, which I think he might be closer to your area because you're probably, where are you located at?
In Indiana.
Okay, yeah, yep. He's in Michigan, so he's a lot closer to your area. He's a certified juggalo rapper named Sick and Sane. He's out there representing. But I just dropped a song called Skeletons that's got him featured on it. We've been working on that one for quite some time, and I wanted to wait to start releasing singles until I had pretty much everything ready for this album that I'm working on, and now I've got almost the whole album in hand, so now I'm starting to release singles for it.
Hell yeah. Are you doing any shows, man? Any one-off shows? Any tours? Anything?
Oh yeah, yep. I'm gonna be opening for Joey Cool on October 25th in Madison, Wisconsin. That's the next big show I got going on. So I'm gonna be DJing a show on the 18th in Indiana, right on the edge by Chicago, in that like greater Chicago area. I'm gonna be DJing a show out there. There's a big show with a whole ton of artists on it.
Indiana by Chicago. What are you gonna be in Gary?
No, it's in like Port Ridge or something like. I can't remember what it's called, but
Okay.
it's like an hour away from Gary, so it's kind of that same area, but it's like more to the like
He
south
said,
of
"I'm not going to be in
Chicago.
Chicago. I'm going to be in mini Chicago, Indiana, Chicago."
It's not to the east of Chicago like Gary is. It's more to the south of Chicago.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, that's dope. I don't know. It's still probably like 4 or 5 hours from me. When did you say that's going to be?
It's going to be next weekend, so next Saturday on the 18th.
Yeah, that's way too close to even think about scheduling for. It'd be cool to see. I would like to see anybody that I interview. That's pretty dope.
Come out to the Joey Cool show, man. Come out. I mean, that's even
Man.
further away from you, but
Yeah. Fuck it, get a plane. We're doing it. Nah,
hey, it'd be
sadly, I
worth it.
haven't got it like that. It'd be great. It'd be a good time. I'm sure I'd meet some great artists and whatnot.
See,
Cut
what
up.
the secret is, you go out to a show like that, but then you do an interview at the show, like at the merch booth. You do it. You set up your setup and
Listen, and I've thought about that countless times, and that's what I ask a question later on saying how do you set yourself apart, and in fact I'll probably ask it after this, but how do you set yourself apart from others in the scene? And like I feel like a lot of people do that. In fact, one of my favorite artists, I don't know if you do or don't know who he is. His name is Ouija Mac.
yeah, I know who
I've
Ouija Mac is.
I've watched literally, I swear, almost all documentaries on him. Any kind of interview, any video, and
Yeah, I
one
see
of the
the pillow
worst,
back there.
yeah, one of the worst ones was like early in his career coming out with psychopathic or whatever, you know what I'm saying, was some dude just like already had his phone, you know what I'm saying, on video
Yeah.
recording, and just walks up and was like, "Hey, get the superstar," like just starts blurting freaking questions out or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, if you could be a superhero, who would you be?" or something. And you can tell, like, he looks up, sees it, you can tell he is irritated at that
Oh yeah,
point
yeah,
for that dude
definitely.
doing that. And the dude's still persistent, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, probably the superstar that was know he's being recorded when he didn't want to be. Like, that was his exact response. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? I tried
No, you would
to.
set up
I
like a
would
merch booth.
initiate. I would initiate. Yeah, like, hey, well, and you're right. Like, I could have my own booth and like, hey, I do whatever. But
Yeah,
when
exactly.
I go
That's
to
what
when
I
I
mean is you would
I
set it
thought
up
you
to be
meant
more
just like
professional.
run up on my fucking people like, like, no, I don't want to be that guy, you know what I'm saying? But no, absolutely. And I try to just carry myself differently. And yeah, I'll at least initiate the conversation like, hey, what's up? I appreciate you. I know you're doing your thing. Have you, and that's, I try to, just be cordial. Like, have you ever had an interview? Would you chance? It took a lot for me to like get build the courage to ask Sinister to
Oh,
do
that's
an interview.
crazy.
And
That's
then
crazy because I filmed him at a when he was on tour with Harper, and I just approached him. I was like, "Hey, you wanna lease the footage from me?" He's like, "Yeah, bro." He's really approachable, dude. He's really easy to approach.
Yeah, right. But I held him at a different caliber. And regardless, like I like to give artists that respect, even like you, or you know what I'm saying, like because I'm just a YouTuber, man. I enjoy music. I gatekeeped my own music for a lot of years, and that's what made me kind of jump into this because it wasn't fair to me or other artists that I could have been listening to that whole time that I wasn't. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm a lot more ambitious. So if I want to talk to an artist, I'll just go up, not like ambush them necessarily, but I'll like I definitely don't have I don't have fear when it comes to talking to artists like that. Even if they're big, whether or not they're big, you never know if you don't ask them. The worst they can tell you is no, or tell you to scram or shoo or whatever, and it's like okay, well they don't want to talk to me, but the best case scenario is that they do talk to you and you maybe build a connection with that person, and so that's worth it for me to talk to them. I just don't really have fear like that when it comes to talking to people. I'm very approachable and also like talking and yapping. So
absolutely, absolutely. So Sorry, I don't know where the heck my chat went. It wanted to
No.
disappear on me. Yeah. Um,
They said he's talking shit about Ghostmane. We're out of here. See ya.
right. No, I mean I see the numbers. I'm not seeing their actual chat. I seen something fuckers. I wanted to shout out
Oh,
Impede because that's my homie, and he gave me a super chat thing, and he knows he don't have to do that. And I love you. Thank you. I
hey, that's a
appreciate
good song. I do like that song, Demon Seed. That video fucking slaps, dude. The
Cheers,
video for Demon Seed
Skykrow. One love
slaps.
to all of you motherfuckers. Okay, that's what he said. I'm like, what? No, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Good song. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's definitely one of the better Ouija Mac songs. His newer stuff is actually not too bad. The album he did with Sinister, there's a lot of good songs on there for him. A lot of his older stuff I'm not a big fan of, but I like what is that Get a Life song? I like that one too. That one's fun to say live. Get a life, little bitch. Get a life.
Get your weight up, bitch.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is great. The first time I heard that song, I did hype for one of my friends, Sinister Carney. He opened up for Ouija Mac out here, and I did hype for him, and so we got to be on stage for that show, and I got to see his. That was the first time I seen Ouija Mac, and I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's dope as shit.
I was disappointed there was not any demon bitches on stage for Demon Seed.
Yeah. And now he's all locked down and shit. She's probably why he cut his dreads. Crazy.
I heard that was a fake. That he put a filter on.
I don't know. He's been posting pictures. I guess he could keep doing it and then be like, psych, but
Yeah, because one of the ones he posted like still has the AI tag on it, like on the picture. It's got the little watermark on it.
I didn't think about that. Maybe. I don't know. Like unless he goes live, I guess nobody's really gonna know, I suppose.
Yeah, or like at a show, like if you went and see him at a show, then you know. But yeah, I know what picture you're talking about, where he's like in the gym. The picture that I think you're thinking of, it has the AI watermark on it.
I got
because he put a filter on. It was just fucking with people. I don't think he actually cut it, but maybe he did. I don't know.
He's running with it though, because people are like, I don't know. And what's fucked, that's crazy. I could get on a rant about that too, which I'm not trying to do, but like people start then like people call me a nut writer for the dude, and I really do love him. I listen to all of his shit. If I could buy all the shit, I'd buy all the shit. I'll stand 10 toes for that dude, he's weird, I'm weird, whatever. But like he cut, let's say allegedly for now, cut his dreads, and people started cutting their dreads, and like I'm not following him like that. Like I'm the nut writer. Excuse me. Wow.
Hey, y'all can cut your hair. I'll be the only guy with long hair. Don't worry. I'll carry the team.
Crazy. At any rate,
I got my shit up right now in a ponytail, but
yeah, no, I've seen some of your pictures.
My hair goes down past my shoulder blades if it's down, and it's curly. So
right. If it's straight, and it'd be further.
Oh yeah, it'd be long.
Alrighty. So you said you do have shows coming up. If you're in the Gary, and not Gary, but by Gary,
Chicago
area, this weekend, come check your boy out.
Yeah, next weekend it'll be on the 18th. I've got the flyer on my website, blackfeatherllc.net. I've got the flyers up on there.
And we're going to have that link in the description of this video, so you can click on it and find all of his information, his music platforms. I'm guessing all of that is on that website.
Yep, everything's on the website, yep.
So that's what will be in the description of this video at the top, so you can go follow him on everything he wants you to have access to. Okay, so tell me, what's your favorite song so far that you have made that means something to you? Not necessarily your most popular song. Not to say it couldn't be that, but no, a song that means something to you for one reason or another that you have made.
Well, it's not released yet, but I would say right now the song that means the most to me is a song I have coming out called Tattered Flag. It's a song about it's the song about the troops, like the army and the military, all that stuff. It's about the troops that they it's like a support the troops but fuck the wars kind of song, where it's like the troops don't want to fight the wars but they have to fight the wars because they're the troops, because if the troops don't fight the wars, then we become the troops, and you and me do not want to be the troops. so so they got to fight the wars, but they don't get to pick the wars. So the song it's supposed to be like a from the perspective of it's supposed to give you that feeling that you're in the battle with them. So it's a very like, it starts out with these like taiko drums playing that'll kind of give you the feel of almost like you're getting ready for battle. And then it really, like, the music really comes in pretty heavy. It's very heavy electronic, and I don't really know what like genre you would call it. I mean, it's kind of one of those weird mixture cases, but the like content of the song is it's a very PTSD type of stuff, talking about stuff like that, or like how troops will come home physically but not mentally. They're still mentally back over in the sandbox. You know, they never really came home, even though they're physically back stateside. They never really came home because they're still mentally over there, you know, with all their friends that they lost and all the shit, the crazy shit they've seen over there. And so that that song really it's got a lot of meaning to it. I'm not the troops. I tried to, and I washed out in basic. Unfortunately for me, I got injured, but so I at least tried, though. A lot of people won't even try. They'll talk shit about the troops at wars, and they won't even step one foot. I have a line at the end of the song. I have a feature on it, but the end of my verse, it says, sample the sand going in between the sandals of phantoms who fell down for the flag you stand on. And that's for the people who just do nothing but shit on the troops, and they have no clue what the troops are going through. And they don't choose some of the shit they have to do, but that's part of being the troops, is you have to follow orders.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, and it sucks. I mean, some people even say, well, you signed up for it. You signed up to serve your country on just a pure basis humanity. What you get told to do in order to do that is totally different. At that point, you done sign, you know. And I have family that's been in the service. I tried to enlist, and I tried to do the basic, and then I got denied due to my teeth being bad teeth, lead to heart problems. They told
Yeah,
me
they're really
fix
picky
my teeth.
in times of peace. They're really picky. In times of war, they'll take fucking anyone. I have a
Right, and that's
POW
what I'm
flag up
saying. I'm like,
here,
you
so
can't give me a grant to have my teeth pulled in, and let's get on with this.
and the
And
crazy thing is they'll fix all that shit too. When you get in, they'll fix all that shit. If you get deployed, before you get deployed, the first thing they do is they give you a full medical screen, and they go fix all the shit that you have wrong, especially dental. Because when you're over in the sandbox, you may not have access to dental or other
right.
things, and so they'll patch you up with everything they possibly can before they ship you off, which kind of sucks because they'll jam it and all in like a couple weeks time. So you'll be like doing 5 root canals at one time, and you're just be fucking out for 6 hours, and you'll be like, oh my god, hurts. You'll be one of those fucking videos. Your homies will be filming you while you're all doped up and saying retarded shit.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
That'll be your life. You'll be in your fucking army BDU saying all doped up, saying stupid stuff with cotton in your mouth, and then you're gonna have to watch that video for the next month while your friends all sharing around.
Right. Right.
You'll be like, man,
Absolutely.
I didn't know I was saying that shit, bro. I was out, man. It's not like I picked this shit.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. What are you saying, Impede? Much love to the troops. I'm signing up for alcohol in my face. Life is too serious. What? On my first date, I gave a full medical scream with a juggalo. All right, Impede. Um, all right, dope. I think the song's gonna be great. I think it's gonna touch a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it's a very, very good song. The beat was inspired very heavily by the game Death Stranding. There's a trailer, the second trailer that's came out for the game. It came out like 6 years ago, but the second trailer in particular was the inspiration for almost the entire construction of the song from from the like what I wanted, what I was rapping about down to the beat. There's a song called "And Once There Was an Explosion," which is on the Death Stranding 1 soundtrack, and that's very heavily influential on the beat for the song. I create all my own beats and stuff. I produce myself, so that was very inspirational for me
Mix,
because
master, produce, one man
yep, I do
band.
everything, make all the beats and everything. But in Death Stranding 1, there's these like battle scenes that you go through. The game has nothing to do with like modern times, but they have these like little side quest mission things that you do as part of the main story, and they send you to like World War I and World War II and shit. And you're fighting this guy that's like a ghost basically, and he controls all these dudes with like tentacles coming out of him and shit. It's all crazy. He looks like a fucking octopus, but he's got like these tentacles coming out, and there's like ghost troops fighting for him and shit. And it's really cool, but it's really dark and gritty. And so I made the beat to be that type of like dark and gritty.
Okay, yeah. Sounds dope. Sorry,
Yeah,
excuse
anyone
me.
who's played the game Death Stranding knows exactly what I'm talking about, and they know that that game is oily.
I have not played it to my knowledge anyhow.
It's a very oily game.
I'll take your word for it. MP, thank you so much for the supers, dude. You definitely don't have to. I appreciate them though. Okay, where are we at here? You already said if not music, that's what I mean. You touched down on that question. All right. And I love it though. I like artists that come up here and answer my questions without me even have to ask them. Like one of them was like, "What did you want to be as a kid?" But you said you pretty much been involved in music like your whole life, as far as you can remember.
Yeah,
Something to
pretty
do.
much. Like
So like you never wanted to
as
be
a
an
kid, I wanted to do
astronaut
other
or
stuff, but as an adult, I've decided that music is going to be my thing. As a kid, I wanted to do like be like an architect and do all kinds of other stuff, but obviously, when you're a kid, there's a lot of stuff you want to do that you end up not doing. So
right,
it'd be that way
right.
sometimes.
Absolutely. Okay. Realistically, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your 5 year game plan if I
In 5 years,
reach out to
I'm
you?
hoping I can do the management stuff full time, or the like the label, studio management, all that stuff full time. I like performing, but I like doing the business side of stuff a lot more, or like the production. Like I like doing the studio and doing the engineering and making beats and stuff like that. And I like doing the like helping artists get shows and helping artists network, and I like doing stuff like that a lot more than
You
performing,
like being
even
a
though it's fun to
promote
perform.
you like being a promoter more than a performer, huh?
No, not a promoter, like a manager or an agent. I like doing stuff like label stuff, like a Travis O'Gwin type of situation. I like doing stuff like
Right.
that more.
So then do you have your own label LLC or are
I
you
do have my own
signed?
label, but it's not public, and it's not open yet because I still have a few things I want to get in order before I launch my label. Because my vision for a label is I think the label should provide everything to you, and it shouldn't be at your cost. It should be part of being signed to the label. One of the benefits should be that if you want a video done, or if you want, a beat made, that stuff is provided to you to an extent. Like obviously with video, crews cost money, but it like with the like if you wanted to just shoot something really quickly, but like just with a camera guy, just one camera guy and a camera, I don't think you should have to pay for that as an artist. I think the label should cover that. If you want like a full production, that's different with like a full crew. But if you just wanted to shoot like a little one take video or something like that, I think the label should provide that for you. Same thing with like engineering and recording. I think the label should provide all that stuff for the artist at no charge to the artist, whether in the future or upfront, because you're going to make money on the back end from the artist. So what's a little bit of
So
studio
let's
time compared to, getting your cut from the song when it's finished? Whereas like that, most labels don't work that way, because a lot of the time they outsource to other studios or other production companies. They don't usually have their own in-house person that does exclusively just stuff for the label, because a lot of the times labels don't have enough artists to make the money make sense. But with
Okay.
me doing all the engineering and all that stuff, I would be able to manage that until the label got big enough to where I would need to hire somebody to do stuff like that. And then I would just hire them to be exclusively for our artists. And then if they want to do side work, you know, we could say, hey, you know, if you're schedule free, you are more than welcome to have side stuff and you make your money, you do whatever you want. But if we have a session and we want you and we need somebody to run it, you got to be there to run it. You can't be, you know, roaming around. So if we like basically like hire somebody on salary and then just tell them, hey, you might have 2 weeks where you have nothing to do. And if you want to make some extra money, you're more than welcome to use the studio. But if somebody comes through, you got to, you know, set that shit aside because
Yeah, you got to
label
be
comes
there to do
first.
your time. Yeah, absolutely. No, that would make
Exactly.
sense.
It's like, and that's what my vision for a label is, because every other label, they're charging you for studio time or they're sending you to a studio where it's going to cost you money to get studio time. And I just don't think that a label should do that. They're already making a ton of money off you anyways. They should just provide that. That's something so simple, and it's not something that has an inherent cost to it. You're not expending a resource to record somebody. You already have all the equipment. So it's not like you're like paying for extras for a crew for a music video, you know, like that's an expendable resource. Or, you
and
know, you're not
that's crazy to
popping
me. Like, I
bottles of
don't know this.
champagne because that costs money. But like a recording
Right,
studio doesn't cost money. Like the equipment obviously costs money, but you're going to make that money back on the song itself.
right. Yeah, I don't, and this is stuff that I wouldn't know because I'm not an artist. Ignorance is bliss. You know what I'm saying? You would think though that like they wouldn't charge to use it any. Like you would want your artist to be putting out as much music as possible, or like
Well,
that's
yeah, to an extent, it depends on the artist. There's obviously marketing plans. So, you know, some artists will release a song every week or two, and some artists will do one album a year. It just depends on the artist and what kind of fan base you have. If you have a niche fan base, you don't want to release too much music. But if you have a more broad audience, then you could probably get away with it because you don't want people to get tired of listening to you. So, I mean, if you
right.
have the energy that you can make that many songs, you know, people are going to expect you to make songs at that frequency. And so you don't want to put yourself in a box of releasing a song every 2 weeks and
Right.
then you get burned
Yeah.
out. Or
Right.
you go
And
on tour and then now you have 3 months of not releasing anything because you went on tour.
I got you. Consistency is key. Whatever you can maintain at a
Yep,
consistent.
exactly. And it's a marketing thing too. Is like because if there's too much music coming out, then your fans are listening to they're listening the same amount, but you're getting less views per song because they're listening to all the music that you have, as opposed to you have a new
The
drop and
same.
then an entire month between the next drop. So then they can actually listen to that one song as opposed to it being split up, because not everyone's going to find that you release a song immediately when it drops. They might not find out that you dropped a new song for 2 or 3 months. And if they go back and they see, oh, there's like 16 songs I missed, I'm like, fuck, I don't have time to listen to 16 songs. So they just listen to 2 or 3. And so it just
Right.
depends on the artist. Like Scarlord releases all kinds of music. He releases like 5 albums a year type shit. And so he just releases too much shit. I can't keep up
Listen,
with his ass.
Ouija's been doing all right. He was putting one out almost every month here this last year. It seemed
Well,
like.
I think that was probably a lot of stuff that was singles for the album that he did with Sinister. So that makes sense
Yeah.
because you put singles out and then the album comes out. It's like you've already been listening to half the album at that point. So that's a little different. But like Scarlord literally releases like 5 albums worth of music a year, if not more. That dude just
Yeah.
releases music, dude. And he doesn't even like promote it half the time. He'll just fucking drop it. He'll do an Eminem
Puts
kamikaze
it
drop
out
and
there.
shit randomly. Yeah, he just does weird shit like that where
Fall on
he'll just
deaf
drop a
ears
little
and tell
5 piece
all ears.
EP for no reason. It's like,
Hey,
bro, you
everybody.
tell people you got your shit coming out. It's like, well, he's got like 5 million subscribers or whatever. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with that much money. He has fuck you money.
Right.
So he can drop
Yep.
however he wants to drop. It worked for him. So
Absolutely. That's crazy. So in 5 years you're gonna have a bunch of artists underneath you and you're just gonna be
yeah, that's what
running
I'm hoping. I'm
black
hoping
feather
because
industry.
I know so many artists that are awesome and they just don't have the funding to like do full-time music, or they just don't have the motivation because it's a lot of work to do all the business side of stuff. And I would just like to be able to bring some of these artists into the fold and just take care of that shit for them, and that so they can just focus on making music and not have to worry about working a 9 to 5 or anything like that. Like that's the dream, is to be able to do music full time and take other people with me, because I hate people that pull the ladder up with them. I would rather drop a second ladder, you know, so I can have two people come up. Whereas I was only able to come up on my own. Now I have two people coming up, and then maybe they'll drop some ladders behind them, and now you have like 15 people coming up. I'd rather do that than,
Building each
you know,
other up instead of
make it and then
stepping
pull the
on each
ladder up
other.
behind me.
Yeah.
Do some Peter Dinklage shit.
Dude, that's beautiful. I love it. I want that for you. I don't even know who you are. I mean, I'm starting to get to know you, but you know what I'm saying? That's awesome. That's good shit. I've actually heard like maybe one other artist say that like he would even step back from it and then do exactly like you said. He'd rather put on for other artists, be able to create a space and actually like even make it where artists are getting dental and medical insurance and you know like real like a 401k type
Yeah,
deal,
like an actual business
like a
would, like a
job
job.
versus just, oh, did I sell this song? Did the views make this money? Did you know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah, that
really
would be
cool.
cool. I don't know if I would, definitely not in 5 years, but that would be cool. I mean, maybe if I win the lottery or some shit.
Right, you'd have to be really established already and then doing
Yeah, to
well.
have that kind of money, that's definitely fuck you money for sure. To like give your artist dental. Like, hey, bro,
Yeah,
your teeth fucked up, bro. Hey, go get your teeth fixed.
right.
What?
Here's your whole grill. All right,
Like, boy, why you
shit.
buying a grill? Go get your teeth fixed.
Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, that's dope. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of our event called the Gathering of the Juggalos, correct?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
So then have you been to it and
No,
or
no,
would
I've
you
never
ever
been.
perform at it?
I would go if I was on stage. I would go. I don't know if I would go outside of that if I wasn't on stage performing. I don't know if I would go, just because it's a long distance for me to drive and a lot of money, and that's money that I could be spending going on tour and doing shows.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
I would have to be on stage, or like somebody like one of my close homies would have to be on stage, like somebody that if I'm going to be like doing hype with them, or if it's
Right.
like somebody that's like a small time artist and they need as much support as they can get, like they need people in the crowd that know their music, you know, like stuff like that, because that'll hype the crowd up. If you have people in the crowd that are singing the songs back to an artist, it'll get the rest of the crowd hyped. They'll be like, oh shit, this guy must be bigger, or this guy must be really good, because you know there's 6 people screaming this guy's
Right.
songs out,
Singing
and
the
he said
lyrics.
he's from Iowa. So like if people drove all the way from Iowa to come see this guy's set, you know, that's probably a pretty good artist, and then they'll pay more attention. And so it's like I
Right.
think about stuff like that. That's what I mean by like I like doing the business stuff more, is I think more of that side of things than I think about like making the music stuff. Like obviously I'm very good at making music, and I have a talent, a natural talent for making music, but I also just have a natural talent of like picking apart how things work and how to make things the best they can be. And that's part of like the label thing I want to do, is to like build up artists. I want to teach them how to like have stage presence, teach them about stuff like that, like teaching people your songs, like making sure your lyrics are out there so people can sing the songs back to you and they're not just, you know, mumbling what they think the words are. They actually know what they are. Or because there's a lot of songs that are like that, where you'll see people
Yeah.
saying stuff in the crowd and it's like, do you even know what the words are? Like, kind of.
Nah.
So that's the type of
It's
shit
so
I think
long
about. But
that they don't have to say it correctly, technically. Yeah, no, I get
it's one of
you.
those things where they're singing it in the car and you mute the radio to catch them.
Right. Uh, that's crazy.
But yeah,
That's a
I'm not
beautiful
opposed to
reality.
going if I was invited. I would for sure go if I was invited. But it's quite a distance for
But
me to
you
drive.
want to be
It's like
intimidated
9 or 10
by
hours.
you want to be
Yeah.
intimidated by flying soda or
No, that's
buttholes or
that
nothing like
that doesn't.
that.
I've seen the videos, I've heard the stories, and none of that shit bothers me whatsoever. I do a lot of horrorcore music. That's by far the least scariest shit that I've heard of. I just know better to have my phone out there if I'm gonna be up in the front where the Fagos are flying. Okay.
You
I
better
know
have
better, but
soundproof casing and
it's
stuff.
it's a long distance for me to drive, so it would have to be worthwhile for me to go out there, because it's like 9 or 10 hours drive one way for me to go
Right.
out there.
No, absolutely, I get it. And if you're not like Juggalo, then and you're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
performing, it's
Like I have a
not
lot of homies that are, and I'm like I said, I'm adjacent. I'm not I don't
right.
claim Juggalo just because I can't get behind a lot of the like clown stuff, and a lot of Juggalo related stuff is too corny for me, so I just don't claim it. But I'm not gonna shit on all Juggalos because not every Juggalo is like that, and so like there's a lot of Juggalos that just do straight up horrorcore, like insane poetry. Like I like insane poetry a lot,
Same
or
poetry is
like
dope.
they're just doing straight horrorcore, but they obviously claim, they claim the
Yeah.
set. Well, actually, I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do or not. I
No,
can't
yeah,
remember.
they
They
definitely insane
they
poetry
do
and
go to
LSD.
the, like the
Some,
events and shit though. So
yeah, they're definitely Juggalos. But I get it, and I respect that you don't try to be something that you're not just to
yeah,
gain a
exactly. Like
fan
I
or
can't do the face paint
follow.
and the clown stuff and all that. That's not for me.
Right.
But more power to anyone who wants to do it. If that's your thing, go for it. I do like the aesthetic of Juggalettes though, so I guess we'll do some appropriating. Give me a
Ah, I see.
Juggalette.
All right, ladies.
I
Let's
can't
move
do the face
on.
paint though.
Yeah.
I could do like the eyeshadow, but not the full like white face paint. That's just too much for me.
Oh, I love it. There's something about it when it's like you go into that character, you become. But no,
Oh yeah, I
I
totally
can
get it.
understand. That's
I'm more
awesome.
into like the classic goth type of look, which is my attire kind of reflects that. I got the all black on. I'm more in the like classic goth type of vibe, or like that scene type of
Right.
vibe than the Juggalo, which those are overlapping. There's quite a bit of overlap with Juggalos and
That's
Juggalettes
what I'm
and
saying. Juggalo is
goth and
not
scene.
one
So
type of nothing. There's literally from a freaking little nerdy, the nerdiest weird geek
yeah,
kid
Dax.
to the yeah, you
Dax.
know, yeah, to I don't know, some macho, I don't know
Daxon
what.
Hobson, or who is it? Who was it? Was it Fetty Wap was there?
Yeah,
I think it was Fetty Wap, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah.
He was at the gathering this year, wasn't he? Because
Teddy Wap.
he's like secretly a Juggalo, but not really secretly. Like he's always been open about it, but just
Wait,
no one knew he was.
you talking about Waka Flocka?
Yeah, Waka Flocka, not Fetty Wap. Sorry, Waka Flocka. Yeah,
Yeah,
Waka
he
Flocka,
went so
where nobody knew he was a
hard,
Juggalo,
boy.
and
Hard
but
in
he's
the
been a
paint.
Juggalo for like 10 years or some shit.
Yeah, and
Like
it
he's
makes
always been
sense
about it, just nobody
that he
knew.
made that song go hard in the paint. I ain't gonna say the other word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it goes hard. He went so hard. He earned so much respect from Juggalos this year. It was crazy. He got out there in the freaking mosh pit. Ain't no
Oh yeah,
artist
dude.
that
He
I
goes hard.
know go out there and surrounded by thousands of
Yeah,
Juggalos and not give
yeah.
a fuck.
He's the
He
kind of
doesn't
guy
take
that's
his
about it. He's
security
100% about
team.
it.
Like, yeah. But
He's
the
a
dude stands like 6'5", 200 pounds. Like he ain't no pushover. That dude
yeah,
in
exactly.
person was something else.
He seems like the kind of dude that the first time he got into it like as a joke, but then once he like got into it, he's like, "Oh, I actually kind of like this. This is kind of lit, low key."
Right.
He just seems like that kind of guy that like the first time he'd be like, "What the fuck is this shit? This shit's
I'm gonna
crazy."
go
And he
tell
sees
this
them all
shit,
going
man.
hard and throwing egg, and he's like, "Fuck no, I can get behind this."
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Bet. Okay. If you could collaborate with any artist that you have not yet collaborated with, mainstream or underground, who's somebody that you would like to collaborate with?
Well, besides Pharaoh, because obviously he's my inspiration for rapping, which from what I can tell, he's pretty easy to get a hold of, but he kind of fell off the planet after doing Afro Samurai. So I was like, I'll have to figure that one out. But other than him, that would be kind of tough because there's a lot of artists that I like, but I don't know who I would really want to like. Other than him, I don't know who I would want to get specifically a feature from. I mean, it would be cool. There's so many people that I would want to get features with that I don't even know how to like pick, because for me, I like working with other artists more than I like doing my own shit. Like I like being features on other people's stuff because I like to kill people on features. If I can, if somebody gives me a song to be a feature on, I'm going to try to kill everyone on the song. I'm not going to put any like half-assed verse. It's going to be like the hardest verse I've ever written on every
Right.
time. And so man, that's hard. That's so hard.
That's,
Obviously, the
that's
obvious
fair.
picks would be like the big artists, but I would say probably Pharaoh would be the one that I really want to work with on a song and do. I would do a whole album with that dude, honestly, because I like his. Oh, you know what? Nope, I just figured it out. UG from Cellar Dwellers. It's an old school dude, but UG. That's a guy that I would want to do a song with for sure. Because I just love that guy's style. I like his like intonation in his voice and the sound of his voice, the tonality of it. It's different. He's like a New York artist, but he just has like a different cadence. I don't really know how to explain it, but he's from this group called Cellar Dwellers, which is like an older like 90s, early 2000s group. And then he started doing his own solo shit. He got back on the horse doing his own solo stuff. But yeah, that definitely him for sure, because I like his stuff a lot.
All right, bet.
Which is not a name that you would expect to hear from like if you looked up this guy, you'd be like, what the hell? This is nowhere near horrorcore. What is this? Or this dude Idea or ID. I think it's IDE. I don't know how to say it though. I don't know if it's Idea or ID or what it is, but he's on the same label as UG. Them two dudes are pretty hard. They go pretty hard.
All right, bet. Have you ever met anyone famous to you? So I like to answer this question in the sense of I've met some artists. You being an artist, maybe you don't look as another artist as somebody famous or whatever, but I don't discredit if you met an artist. I met ICP, I've met Ouija, Insane Poetry, Scum, Lardy B. Like I've met these people at the gathering and VIP experiences. But I like to use as my answer. I have also met Polly Shore. So he's
You said
obviously
Pauly Shore?
actor.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, comedian, actor.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. He
So
was on Kill Tony, man. He was on Kill Tony not too long ago.
yeah,
He's a
he
wild one. I
something
would
else.
say so. It's kind of a weird one, but I met somebody who's partially a celebrity, and I didn't know he was a celebrity because it was at a show. This guy Ted Park he's from Wisconsin, but he like travels all over. I did not know he was famous. He was just at like a random all locals show in Madison that I did, and he was just there, and I went up to him, was like, hey bro, you like my set? Follow me on my socials. And I got the follow on socials. And then somebody, like, I didn't go look at his like profile to go look at the like follower count or anything, and somebody had commented on one of my posts. He's like, bro, Ted Park follows you? What? I was like, huh? Like, what does that mean? I go click on the guy's profile. I was like, oh shit, this guy's got like actual, like he's like actually got like it was like 72,000 followers. Like, oh my god.
Oh wow, dude, that's cool.
I had no clue. I walked up to him with like the full confidence that I was talking to somebody with 10 followers. Like, I had no clue who this man was. I'm just like, hey bro, you like my set? Hey, go ahead and follow me on my socials. He's like, yeah, sure. Gets the socials and got to follow me.
Listen,
I had no clue. Totally
that
clueless.
is organic appreciation if I ever heard of anything. Like somebody that literally knows they are bigger than you was like obviously took your like.
Dude, he's so
You
humble.
were
He is
literally
way
just
humble,
being
bro.
right. Exactly.
He just brought Bobby Shmurda to Korea.
genuine.
That's how big the dude is. He just did a whole ass fucking like little mini tour with Bobby Shmurda in Korea.
Right, and he obviously appreciated how like humble you was, or just like genuinely just chill. Like, hey, yeah, thank
He liked
you.
my set because he was at the show that I did in Madison. So he liked my set and he gave me the follow, and so that was awesome. I followed him back, obviously, and yeah, he's a really humble dude. That dude's sweet. I would love to do some shit with him. He is definitely not in the rap lane. He does more of like Justin Timberlake kind of stuff,
Oh
like
my
the
God,
like poppy, like
yeah.
R&B poppy type of stuff. He's more in that lane, which I could definitely get with that because I like Justin Timberlake. So I could definitely get down and I could do some boogie oogie shit.
That's
Yeah, I would
what's
say
up.
that would be like the like standout celebrity appearance or a celebrity that I've met. I've met quote unquote met some of the members of Slipknot for a bottle signing. I bought their alcohol and they did a bottle signing event and met some of the members of the band. And I did a podcast, Sound Peak After Dark, that had Insane Poetry as a guest panelist. So I did that. I got to do a song for him and got the critique, and he really liked that song, and so that was cool getting to
He's
network with
he's
him
a
at that event.
legend, bro. Like he's humble in
Yeah,
his
he's
own
sweet. He's
right
really
because
cool.
he should be way further in the game notoriety than he is,
I
and he
I
he
would
doesn't.
agree, but honestly, I think he just kind of does stuff at his own speed and his own lane. He just does things the way he wants to do it, not the way that he should do it to get bigger. If that makes sense? Like
Right.
he just does what he wants to do, which is
Just
perfect.
enjoys
He
what
found what he wants to do, and he's just doing the way he wants to do it, which is
exactly.
awesome. Even though
And there's
he
nothing
absolutely could
wrong.
be bigger, especially if he like did some less horrorcore stuff, he absolutely could because he has the writing ability to do all kinds of stuff. I told him that he's the first time I seen him that I've seen him rap, I was like, bro, you're like a horrorcore RZA.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
he definitely has, like, if he ever wanted to go mainstream, he would have no problem making it work because he has very good writing. But
Yeah, I
he's
guess
just doing his own thing, and that's perfect. That's awesome.
yeah. That's crazy. That's cool. Okay, I bet. uh, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color, well, I don't know if you can tell by all the shit in my room, but
I'm gonna say red or pink. Is it red?
red, yeah, red and black is my favorite two color combo. Green is my favorite single color, but red and black just looks fucking mint.
Red's mine, definitely. Red, black, and purple would be in that order. And yeah, red and black look good together too. I agree.
Very good,
Holy
very
shit!
solid.
I'm humbled by the Shay Rankin in the chat. How you been, dude? How's life? That's my homie. I've known that man 14 years. He's an artist
It's
too.
a long time. I haven't
Yeah,
even been an artist for that long. I haven't even been an artist for 10 years.
really?
We're only on 7 years, or not 9 years. We're at 9 years right now. The first
Wait a
song I
minute.
recorded
How
was
old are
in
you?
I'm 31.
Oh, okay, so we're around the
I didn't
same
start
age.
rapping until I was an adult.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. A lot of people come on here. They're like, I've been rapping since I was 13 or
Since they
9
were in
or
diapers.
7.
Yeah, I know a lot. I know a lot of dudes that are like that, and it just rap. I was doing metal shit before, so I was playing guitar since 8th grade and was doing metal stuff. I was way more interested in that at the time. But
Like just
out in
rocking
Iowa, it's
out in the
impossible.
basement,
It's impossible to
shredding
find a
it.
drummer out here in Iowa, and so I had to pivot. I started pivoting into making beats and doing the rap stuff because it's just too hard to find a drummer out here. Every drummer is in like 4 bands.
Right. Life is life, and I feel it. You're good, homie. I ain't mad at you. It's nice to see you pop in here. Um, yeah, that's what's up. Okay. What is your favorite domesticated and wild type animal?
Oh, I think it's probably falls into the category for both, but frilled lizards, dude. I want to have a frilled lizard so fucking bad. They're technically not domesticated, but you can domesticate them. They're kind of like cat, like you can domesticate foxes and stuff like that. They're not technically domesticated, but you can domesticate a fox. It's kind of like that, where I want to get a frilled lizard so bad, dude. Those things are the coolest animals in the
I
planet.
feel like I
Those
should
things
know
are
what they
awesome.
are. I dig reptiles. I got snakes and stuff. We want to get a
Frilled
blue.
lizards, you know what they are. Frilled lizards are the ones when they run at you, their collar comes up and they go wah, and they come running at you.
Oh,
Yeah, those things. Yep, those are frilled lizards. Yeah, those things are cool as fuck.
okay. I wonder, do you know anything about them? Like, do they carry any type of like
No,
poison or?
they're totally harmless, and I mean they're just like
I mean, I'm
regular
sure they got
lizards.
teeth.
They're
Yeah,
they actually, most of the time they have their collar down. Most of the time they only put their collar up if they're like nervous, or if they feel threatened, they'll put their collar
protective.
up.
Yeah.
And it stresses them out, so they actually tell people who have them as pets to not like intentionally do it to like for social media, because it stresses them out when their collar comes up. So that you want to try to not do it all the time. Like obviously it's just sometimes just going to happen. Like you'll literally just be in the living room playing with your lizard, and the collar would just come up and it'll just come running at you, because they just be doing lizard shit sometimes. But they like they, but they like, if you watch like reptile channels, they tell people like, hey, don't do this all the time, because it's really stressful if you're doing it all the time, because then they just think there's danger all the time, and so that would obviously not be be a good situation.
Lizards are
But
the coolest little dudes. They're either on like go like one way or the other on like one side of the fence or the other. So they're either like super chill, so chill to the point they look like they're dead just laying there, not doing
yep.
a whole lot, or they're all over the place. They're
Yeah, dude, them
hyper.
fucking frill lizards, they got the hops, bro. They got the
Craziness.
zoomies. That
I just
they
went to
got
an
the nonstop
Exotica
zoomies.
pet expo and I literally walked up to this table with it looked like a miniature Komodo dragon. I don't know the breed of
Oh,
lizard, but it was
those are
black.
dangerous.
This thing, well,
Oh
it
yeah.
wasn't one, but it looked kind of like one, and it was like solid black, and it
Yeah,
was
it might have
just
been some
laying
like in a
dead
adjacent family
still
to Komodo
on
dragons. There's
the table and not like I didn't even see it breathing. I literally asked, I said, "Is that taxidermy?" And some person walked up in front of me and just started petting it like it was alive. And I looked at them like they were stupid. I said, and then I barely saw it move its belly as soon as like I mean it was just dead to the world.
you
You're
shit your
in a
pants.
building full of people and you're just that you don't care like oblivious of the world right
Yep.
now. So I'm like
Yeah,
crazy.
no, I wouldn't be able to have a lazy animal like that. If I was gonna have any kind of pets, I would want to have
Right.
something more
Do
active. But the
something.
frilled lizard, dude, the frilled lizards. There's a guy I saw a video. This guy put a little harness so he could walk it outside. He could walk it like
Right.
on the sidewalk
Listen,
and shit. I was like, dude,
I'm like,
that's what I fucking want. And then my state bans it. You can't have them in my state. I was like, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You can't
I
have
feel
frilled
like
lizards in this state. Iowa sucks.
I'm like bearded dragon level or the Tegu, but Tegus ain't really super active. Or the blue tongue skink is that what it's called? So either a
Yeah, I know what you're
Tegu,
talking
blue
about.
tongue skink, or a
Yeah,
bearded
those are the
dragon.
lazy lizards. Those are the
Yeah.
lizards you're like, how have you not gone extinct from getting eaten? Like, bro,
Yeah.
you moved like 3 feet in the last 6 hours. Meanwhile,
So
the poor
then,
lizards, like, gotta go right now.
so then, are you saying that's both your domesticated, like at home animal choice and
Technically,
your
yeah,
wild?
because they're not really domesticated, but you can domesticate them. If I wanted to not be technical, I would say the frilled lizard would be my domesticated, and then there's this crazy snake. I can't think of the name of it. It's like a dragon scaled snake or something like that. Dragon scale anaconda, something like that. I can't remember the exact name, but it's like it's like something horned. I can't
Oh,
think of the name of it, but it looks like it has dragon scales. Okay, it's a snake that looks like it has dragon scales, and they're very, very poisonous, like lethal
yes,
to
from the
humans type
desert,
shit.
right?
Yeah, they're one of them ones where it looks cool as fuck, and my dumbass would go to fucking pet it, and I'd be dead.
Yeah, I don't understand how people own them as pets. Like,
No, I don't think you
why are
can. I
you?
think those ones
Well, not that
I don't think you
specifically,
can.
but there are
Yeah,
some.
yeah. People who like fucking Tiger King dudes, yeah, that's too crazy for me. I would love to have that snake if there was ever like a permanent anti venom where you take it once and then they could bite you all day long and you won't die. Then I
Yeah,
would probably try to get. I'd probably try to smuggle one of them things in, but they're cool as fuck. They look like they have dragon scales. I've never seen like a real snake that looks like has dragon scales. Not like what a normal scaly snake looks like. Like this has like full on dragon scales. It's fucking crazy. And then
yeah,
it's got
like
this like
plates.
little horn on its nose, like a little baby rhino thing. You're like, dude, you could fuck some shit up with that thing.
Right, right, and their bite
They're
is like
crazy.
what's dangerous. But I
Yeah,
would like
yeah,
to
they're
see it like headbutt something just
oh,
because.
it looks like it could, dude. It looks like it fucking could. It's got a horn on it. I've never seen a snake with a horn, and I've never seen a snake with dragon scales, and it's got both. I was like, holy fuck, dude, this thing is badass. That's the type of shit I want, but they're highly venomous. So there's not a chance in hell you would catch me in the same room with that fucking thing. I'll watch from the cage. You could be in the box. I'll be all the way over here away from the box. Because if you start fucking creeping out of that box, I'm zipping. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Because I done seen enough on looking up what these things are. I was like, yeah, I've seen enough to know that I'm not gonna be crazy enough to get close to that thing. Like I've seen enough videos of dudes getting bitten by anacondas that are like reptile guys that get wrapped up by their own anacondas. No thanks, I'm good. But that
Listen,
frilled
I
lizard,
love
dude, you
snakes.
can run at
I
me all
have
day long, bro. I'll toss you around, and they're not poisonous or venomous at all. So
I
that would
have
be fun to have a frilled lizard.
respect for Mother Nature and snakes. I like snakes. I keep some. I did have a python, but he died sadly. I still
Sad,
have a
boo.
albino corn snake. I have a million fish. I love animals. If I could own a zoo, minus the poisonous ones or the ones that would kill me, I
Yeah,
probably would.
exactly. I would probably
Um,
still have those, and I would just feed them from a distance.
right, right. If I had an actual facility, I'm saying I would have a zoo at
Yeah,
my
yeah.
house.
Not in my house. Fuck no. I would love to have a snake, but for me, I don't really like having animals in cages or boxes. So I would have to like snake. I would have to have a room that's like a snake-proof room, and the snake just lives in the room. Just like have all the vents covered where the snake can't get in, and
And
just have a
that's
whole
where you
room.
get the
Just let it
snakes
roam
that end up
around.
eating people, because then they're like,
Well,
"This is my
if you feed
area."
it people, yeah. I mean, don't feed
No.
it people, and it won't eat people.
Yeah, shit. Okay. I say that though
Carl,
because,
you
yeah.
can't eat people.
And what do we have behind door number 2? You go check that one out.
Why are all their hands and fingers gone?
Listen, you ain't even got to have an anaconda. Like certain carpet pythons get like
Oh yeah.
13 foot. It's crazy.
No, miss me with that, man. If I was gonna get like, if I was legitimately gonna get a snake, I would get one of those like tiny gardener snakes or something, just to because it'd be cool to have a snake. But I wouldn't want to have it in a cage, and you have to have them in cages because they go all over the place and they'll get into
Unless
nooks and
they have to
crannies. And you won't be
stay
able to find them,
body
and
temperature
they'll
regulated. That's
die in
why I
your
like.
air vents because they get in and can't get out and shit like that. And so I just don't
Right.
want to deal with that. But I
Yeah.
also don't like having animals in cages, so that's why I would do the frilled lizard because I can keep track of that. I can keep track of that guy. It's
Right.
hard to lose a frilled lizard because they zip around. You just hear them all day long. It'll sound like a Tom and Jerry
Right.
episode of Tom and Jerry.
Shit. Yeah, my domesticated animal would be a dog, even though we own 2 cats that are tailless cats, but pit bulls specifically. And then on the wild standpoint, it does go feline. My favorite wild animal is a white tiger because they're not supposed to exist. One in every 200 Bengal tigers will have a white tiger, and they're so beautiful and majestic.
That's
They'll lure
crazy.
you in, and then they'll kill you. Okay, they're not playing around, and I think
You
that's
can
amazing.
domesticate tigers. I don't know if you knew that, but you can
Listen,
domesticate
shut
tigers.
up. No, you can't. You hear all
Bro,
these stories, people
I seen the
saying,
videos,
I,
bro.
I
I
owned
seen
this
the videos.
sanctuary for 20 years and worked there. And then the one time the tiger finally said, fuck you, and bit the
Nah,
head
nah,
off.
nah.
Now it's, oh, the tiger's a murderer. No, the tiger done what it's supposed to do.
No, you got to get them when they're kittens, when they're tiny. Then you can domesticate them. If you try to like get one that's already an adult, you're fucked. If you got to get them when they're babies. Because I
Yes.
seen a video of a guy who's got one who's got like some kind of lion or tiger or something like that, and it just acts like a big cat. He literally will like he'll like play fight with it like you would any other cat, but it's the same size as him, and he still play fights with it. And he doesn't eat
Right.
him, so because he domesticated it. He got it when it was young, so it's domesticated, so it just acts like a big cat.
They say natural instinct
It
could
doesn't have
prevail.
to fight him because it knows that he's going to give it pizza.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to go
It's
chasing for food, so it got
it's
lazy and
it's
now it just acts like a big cat.
its food is feeding it food,
Yeah,
bro.
it's like, why would I eat my human? He gives me food. Then if I eat my human, now I have to go find food. Fuck that.
I don't know, man.
He's giving me
Uh,
cheeseburgers and pizza. Fuck you guys. I'm sticking around with him.
I guess Panda the torture clown. What is up, homie? Thanks for stopping in.
I mean, you're not gonna catch me, having tigers and lions. I'm not ballsy enough for that shit. But I've definitely seen it done. It's possible.
I've just heard some of the war stories. I guess that even at like
Oh yeah,
actual
I'm sure them
sanctuaries,
guys beat him up though. So
like
they
I
probably beat
raised
the
this kitten. And yeah, that too. Like obviously circus performers and stuff. Well, you're literally torturing the animal for
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
So
Like those,
what do
that
you
makes perfect sense to me. If you got them
expect?
doing tricks and shit, you know, they're treating them like shit. Like that makes perfect sense. They would eat them. But
Right.
you know, I got a feeling that you know if you treat them good, they probably won't eat you. Probably. I'm not willing to take a risk on probably though.
Man, I would love to dive into that thought and think, yes, that's so beautiful. But I don't know. I just, as much as I love them, that's that whole respect and boundaries. At any
Yep.
rate, we're gonna skip to the next question. By the way, we are at an hour and 14 minutes, so if this is becoming too long,
Oh, I told
definitely
you, I yap. I could go for hours, bro. Time is
absolutely.
not gonna affect me. I may have to get up and grab another pop because I drank all my Dr. Pepper. So maybe after the next question, I'll grab another drink and you can read some comments or something like that. Oh yeah,
Hey,
I think lions are easier to. I have heard that before.
yeah, I would, and see, at one point I'd be stupid enough to try it. At another point, I'm like, nah, dude, you're fucking too high right now. Stop. Like, I don't know. I would definitely play with some fucking baby cubs, okay?
Hmm.
Let's be real. I would definitely hang out with cubs all day long. Would I try to keep one and think that it actually loves me like my dog? No.
See, I wonder, you know what? I've heard stories of guys that rescue like lions and tigers, stuff like that, and then they can go back to the like where the lion or tiger lives, and they treat them like part of the family because they got saved by him. So I wonder if that would be like the way to domesticate one is to like save one from something, and then you know maybe just have it follow you around and shit.
You gotta just wait for it. You're gonna set it up. Here comes the hyena.
Set up a bear trap just so you can
I got
domesticate it.
you. It's mom. It's
That would be
right
fucked up.
there. Don't save your baby. I got this. And then I'm done. Next question. What music? Shit. What music did your parents listen to, and do you think that affected the type of music you listen to and make today?
My mom listened to Guns N' Roses and my dad listened to country, and it did affect my music choices because I explicitly make anything that's not that. I can't do
Right.
country and I can't do that soft 18 in life fucking rock shit. I can't do rock ballads and I can't do country. So none of that for me. I've heard 18 and 18 in life enough times.
No Bohemian Rhapsody? No.
No, that's
I
classic
don't know.
rock. That's a little different. Classic rock's okay, but no, I'm talking like that, like Guns N' Roses, you know, that
Oh,
uh
Patience is my jam. That's
the
my
rock
jam.
ballads, you know, I you can only hear one song 30 times. You can only hear a
Hey,
song so many times before you get sick of that genre, the whole genre.
that's
Same thing
rough,
with
boy.
country. Like old country is good, but you won't catch me listening to it in my car. You're like I'm like Willie Nelson's good, but I'm not gonna listen to Willie Nelson just
Hank
hanging out in my
Williams.
car. On the
Yeah.
road again, like a band of gypsies, we
Yeah.
go down the highway. I will say the only exception to that is I do like "Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash. I do like that song. I could
Right.
jam that song in my car, and I like playing it on the road again when I'm on tour. That's fun to play that song when you're on tour, just because
There's just
it's
a time and place for,
thematical.
yeah, quirky, goofy
Yeah,
songs
yeah,
like
like
that.
you like the first leg of the tour, you play that song, and then the last leg when the tour is over, you play it.
Listen, bro, I got the that Lion King song on my
Ah,
playlist. Uh,
Sakanya.
yeah, but the full shit to just like break the monotony sometimes. Like I will seriously
Nah.
laugh and sing along with it. Like, yeah.
I have a very eclectic group of songs on my phone that I can listen to. It's never a dull moment with music on my phone, so I definitely don't have to worry about it getting too boring in the car with me
I'm
because I I listen to so many different genres of music that it'll go from a rap song to a rock song to an EDM song to a classic
Yeah,
type, like a big band Frank Sinatra type song to, you know,
yeah,
anything. Like I listen to pretty much everything besides like most mainstream pop, country, and like old rock, like Guns N' Roses. I don't really listen to that.
yeah. I mean, I'm a consumer of just, I don't know, music. Again, that ties back to I did used to like, I don't know, gatekeep my own music if it wasn't on the radio or ICP didn't put them in front of me. I
Oh no,
probably
I'm a
wasn't
crate
listening
digger.
to it, huh?
I'm a crate digger. I dig around when YouTube recommends me a small 3,000 subscriber channel. I fucking click on that shit, and YouTube knows me too well because it'll always recommend me weird shit, and it knows I'm gonna fucking click on it because I just got way too ADD. I'll be like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I need to listen to some new music. Let's see what YouTube's gonna recommend me. What weird small time shit it's gonna recommend me this time.
that's actually a good idea. I don't do
Yeah,
that
I
so
just click
much,
around,
but
dude. If you ever want to find music, man, just like when YouTube recommends you something, if I've seen something in my recommendeds like 3 times and I've eyeballed it and thought about it, after the third time I'll click on it. So if I see it, I'm like, yeah, I don't care about that. Then the second time I'm like, oh, that's an interesting name. Then the third time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna click on it because I've eyeballed this enough times that it sounds interesting
I,
enough. I'll click on it, and that's how I
I
find all
know
kinds of weird bands and artists and stuff, is just
I
clicking
know
around on YouTube recommendeds.
Right, I know for artists and for people in general, there's some haste at Spotify, but I'm more of a Spotify consumer. But still, nonetheless,
No.
I love recommended songs when they get thrown in there, even if I don't necessarily like it the first time. And like you just said, if it comes back around, and then I'm like, huh, and it's almost like, well, I've heard this before, even if it was only just recommended that I heard it, and then I hear it again, and then I start to develop if I actually am liking it or if am I skipping it sometimes or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
I do that with Pandora. I can't do that with Spotify because they just recommend too much mainstream shit to me on Spotify. But on Pandora, you'll get some really weird shit on Pandora, dude. If you ever want to listen to weird shit, Pandora is the place to go because
I was
they
on
will
there for the
throw
longest
a
time.
song with a guy with 5 listeners in your rotation randomly, and you'll be like, what the
Right.
fuck is this weird ass shit? They Pandora
Right.
is where the weird shit lives. If you ever want to listen to weird shit, that's to go to Pandora. You'll find the weird shit because there's a lot of songs on Spotify, but Pandora, you got to like submit to Pandora, and a lot of weird small time artists will submit shit to Pandora. So you'll just get a lot of weird, goofy shit.
Hell yeah. No, that's dope though. Um, fuck, I don't even know. Well, you said yeah, my parents tried to listen to pretty much country, that rock music that you just said that you don't really care
Like
for.
rock ballads,
REO
yeah, like
Speedwagon and Guns N' Roses,
Oreo Speedwagon, yeah, Guns N'
you
Roses,
know, Meatloaf, which I love me some
yeah,
Meatloaf, boy.
nope, I can't do that. I can't do the fucking rock ballads, dude. Not for me. That shit is
Bam, bam,
not
bam,
it.
bam, bam, bam. Yeah, that's my
I know all
shit.
the songs, and I can't do it.
No, I get it. All right. Next question. Do you have any siblings, and do they support your music career at all?
Yeah, I've got 2 half sisters. The one I'm not all that close to, she lives out in Florida. It's just mostly a distance thing. She just lives so far away. And both my half sisters are older than me. The other one who's local to me, she does support my music sometimes, but she's very busy with her kids, and so she can't come out to shows like because I'm doing shows all over. I'm driving 2, 3, 4 hours away, so it's just too hard to go out to stuff like that. But
Oh
yeah, I've
yeah.
got 2 half sisters.
Okay. No, that's awesome. I asked that question because, like, I don't think the people that we know, the most, the closest, our friends, our family, should feel obligated to support what
No,
you're doing.
absolutely not. No,
And don't get it
my family, almost all my
misconstrued.
family listens to different shit than what I produce.
Well, right.
So
That's what I mean. Don't get it misconstrued. Not to say that, like, so, like, they're around us our whole lives. They're there genuinely because they want to be in our lives. So for
yeah,
us to assume that they have to, that's selfish on us.
it's
But
very conceited.
when you have somebody, friend, family member, that genuinely likes your stuff, picks up on what you enjoy doing, there's nothing like it. That's an untouched fan
Oh yeah.
or
Yep.
whatever.
I
You
got
know
an
what I'm
uncle that's
saying?
like that. I have two uncles that both they just randomly listen to my music because I just happen to be playing it or something like that off my phone, or my sister or somebody mentioned it and they just listen to it. They're like, oh yeah, I like this shit. Like I have an uncle who's definitely a juggalo, and you would never guess it
Right.
looking at the guy. He does not look like a juggalo, but he is. He's like an old school, like 90s juggalo.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that's what I mean. So I like to ask that question. Some people they instantly like, oh yeah, and they ain't listening, or and I don't get it twisted. I've had artists come up here say they have, I don't know, umpteen siblings, and ain't none of them listening to their music.
Hmm.
But like, if they get recognition from a higher up artist or something, they'll be like, ah,
Yeah.
try to dap them up or whatever. I think that's bogus too, really, but that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying they
I'm
don't
just
have
happy
to
if
be
people like my shit
obligated.
whether or not they're big.
Right, right, yeah. Um, all right. If you met the younger version of yourself, what would you say to yourself, if anything at all? Obviously, the question is, you don't want
That
to.
would depend on what age younger self, but man, that's hard. I would probably tell. I would, depending on what age, I would probably tell younger me, you're gonna hear about this thing called Bitcoin. You should buy it and hold it for 10 years.
Listen, that's real. I didn't even realize, like, so when it first started coming out, I think I literally invested like $2, bro, and then on a random
Hmm.
app. I don't even remember what the app I used to do so, mind you. And I more or less forgot about it, bro. I deleted the app, went on with my life. And like 7 years later, ironically, unannounced to me, somebody through another hobby I got into, just the aquatic fish hobby and stuff, brought it up out of nowhere and was like, "You should try it." And I started being like, "Man, I ain't trying to fuck with stocks or nothing like that. Whatever."
That sounds like
Well,
big brain shit.
right. And he's like, "Just try it. Look, and if you don't, you can delete it after, and I gain a little whatever from it." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I click on it, re-download the app. Unannounced to me, it was the app I used. I had like $30 worth of Bitcoin that payout, like that I earned on that shit. And I'm
Well,
like,
there you go. Look
what?
at that. You
So
paid for
if
lunch.
that day that I put $2, I put 100, or you know what I'm saying? Like that could have been a payout.
Exactly.
That's a good
Yeah, instead of
answer.
paying for your lunch, it could have paid for your house.
Yeah. So crazy.
Yeah,
Now
that's what I would
today,
tell
it's
younger me is
again, it's like
because
not worth it all
because
over.
I would have just graduated high school when that came out, so I would have been able to have money to actually put into it. I could have got a job and put money into it because I graduated in
Right.
2012. So that's exactly the correct time to tell myself that.
That's a solid ass answer. Most people come up here and say, well, I don't want to say this or that because then it would change who I am today, which is probably true. We don't know that that statement is true to be real, but
Hmm.
we just go on the assumption that if you alter something, then obviously the
Yeah,
outcome
butterfly
is not
effect.
going
Yeah.
to be the same.
I
So,
I would not change there's only like two things I would change that would tell my past self, but I don't know if telling my past self those things would change the future trajectory I have, especially for music, because I may have not ever gotten into doing music with some of the things I would have done differently in life, but the Bitcoin thing, that I could have
that would have just
told
been a
myself, and
game.
that would probably
Yeah.
still not change my trajectory. If anything, I'd probably be famous by now if I had all kinds of money I could put towards marketing. I'd probably already be a big
Right,
artist if I
invest
had
in
Bitcoin
yourself.
money.
Even if like hypothetically nobody liked you and you fucking made it, you actually invested big. Like you could just put yourself in front of a ton, like thousands and
Exactly.
thousands of people. Like
You
crazy.
said what's that? It costs money to open for that? How about I just buy the venue?
Right, right. What do
Shit
you
like
mean?
that. Like
This
yeah,
is my venue
guess what?
now. Can I
I own
play?
the venue. I open for whoever the fuck I want to because I own that shit.
Right. Like who's the guy that? Oh, that's me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, how much does it cost at 20,000? No, it costs 0 because I own this shit. What do you
Right.
mean? I'm opening for this show.
That's so crazy. Yeah, that's a good answer.
I don't know
I
if that would
probably
make
would.
me more of an asshole if I had money that early. I don't think it would have, but you never know.
Yeah, I probably would have just told myself, not her. Probably wouldn't have applied it to the right one. I don't regret my kid, but the choice of baby mom,
Oh yeah,
that was
yeah.
10 years of misery I wish I could erase. But at any rate, yeah, I don't. I asked you guys that question, and I try to think of what my answer would be, and like I don't necessarily have an answer for it. I
Be the baby
jokingly
mama
say that,
one.
yeah, just not her,
You'd
and
wrap your
maybe I
willy
would
before you
tell
get
her,
silly with that one.
right, navigate like here, wrap that shit, bruh. You know, or, I don't know, crazy.
You get 5 seconds to tell your past self 15 years ago. You're just like, check it for holes, check it for holes. You're like, huh, what?
Yeah,
What the fuck is that? Who said that? And then you're just
right.
gone just as fast. You're like, I don't know what that
Shit.
was.
Just,
That was weird.
listen, I'm
But
not
then that would
perfect.
change your whole trajectory because then you would start believing in ghosts and then you would just be the crazy guy
Listen,
who's into ghosts and never meet that girl because she'd be like, you're too crazy for me. I'm not letting you stick your dick in me.
maybe
This
that should
guy's
have
talking
been
about
what it
ghosts.
was, bro. Fuck. Swizzle
It would
said that guy looks
inadvertently, it
like
would
he has
change your
a
entire
nice
history of your
cat.
life in a way you would not expect at all.
Right, right, absolutely.
Yes, I do have a nice setup. Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
Um, okay, so I know how you're gonna answer this next question,
Oh, do you now?
but it's yeah, I do. By getting to know you, I feel I do know you now, or start to know a basic version
We'll
of
see
who
about
you
that.
are. Okay, so then you're gonna, I'm gonna ask the question, and I just know. Okay, the question is, did the skill come natural, or did you have to learn and practice? And what I mean by that is, they say some people are born with a
No,
given
I know what you're
talent,
talking
and
about.
other people have to go to school or learn or train or practice and become equally competitive in that thing or hobby or whatever the heck it is. So, is it more of a natural
Oh,
thing
gotta
or
relax
practice?
here. Oh, listen
Yeah,
here,
I'm gonna
buddy.
say natural.
I'm very obviously very naturally talented. I have a very good gift of gab. I can talk. I can do music stuff. I can all that stuff. I have had to practice some elements of music, but as far as the writing and just naturally understanding music, that's just come to me. I don't know if that was something I was born with or just all those years of playing music in various forms built that up. If that, honed the steel. I wouldn't say it would because rap is totally different than playing a Casio piano or playing a clarinet or playing guitar is all different. But I've just always had an ear for music. And so I think that was something I was just born with. I was just fortunate to be born with that skill. I know some people who I have personally seen their growth go from being a shitty artist to being a really good artist just from taking advice to heart and practicing and stuff like that. So I know I've gotten better with practice, but I would definitely say I'm absolutely naturally talented when it comes to music.
Hell yeah. And the other side, I mean, I just kind of figured that'd be your answer. Uh, you said you play instruments or you play guitar at least or something?
Yes,
Have you,
yes.
like, can you play any, like, extreme instruments? I don't know, piano or
Well,
cello or,
I used to be able to play piano. That's a normal one though. I'm so out of practice on piano because I once I started playing guitar, I kind of quit playing piano because I was like guitar was taking up all my time. And then once I started DJing, then I kind of quit playing guitar and started focusing on DJing. Like I do scratching. That's what this trophy here is from DJ battles. I don't know if you can see that, but
hell yeah.
I got second place in a DJ battle in Mississippi, and so that's technically an instrument, or people consider scratching and like doing turntables to be instruments. I would say that's probably a pretty extreme one. I used to have a mandolin, but that's kind of like a guitar, so I would say that doesn't really count. I've got a xylophone behind my camera that I bought just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna probably do some sampling with it, just record me playing a couple quick licks on it, and then I get to have like a xylophone on a beat that I played personally. Don't have to worry about copyrights or anything like that because I played the shit, recorded it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I don't really play any like crazy weird instruments. I just like playing the basic ones like drums and guitar, scratching, piano, and that
that's
stuff like
okay
that.
with me. As a kid, I played drums for a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean from sixth grade till freshman year. And then my band instructor, I don't know, I was struggling with learning, some notes for the next thing that we were doing. And I admit it, I was struggling or whatever. And he got shitty and he threw the notes at me in practice, mind you, and said, "Go home and practice."
I did like
And
the wipeout thing.
yeah, and I
I don't know
lost
if
it.
you've
I'm
seen
like,
that movie before,
fucking,
but
are you kidding me, bro? So I packed up my drums, went home, sold them, got a bag of weed.
I said,
That
"Fuck
was
this shit,
stupid.
man.
You know what
That
I'm
teacher
saying?
was
Yeah, pretty
mean."
much. My mom spent like $300 on the drums. I sold them for $75. I didn't care. And then
Shame, shame.
yeah, and then I never looked back. And I really wish I didn't let that happen. Not that I'd be some crazy, incredible artist right now or something, but it'd
I
be
love playing
something to just
drums. I can't relate
enjoy.
with you.
Yeah, you know what
Even
I'm
if I
saying?
suck, I just like banging shit. It's fun.
Right.
Even if it
Just
sounds like shit. I mean, I can play drums pretty good, but even if it sounds like shit, I just like banging on the drums. It's just fun.
so yeah, it'd be cool to be able to. And I like, listen, I don't like opera, but I can listen to some orchestra sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, some
the
classical, yep.
melodies and the sound of that
Like
music.
soundtrack music, soundtrack for
Yeah,
movies and shit. Some
there
Hans
you go.
Zimmer. Put some nice Hans Zimmers on, or some
Right.
John Williams. Listen to the Star Wars soundtrack.
Right. Real quick, I'm just trying to respond to a couple of these little chats in the chat. Swill said he feels like he hasn't been in here for a while. You haven't, but it's fair because I haven't necessarily been in your streams. I'm not going on about that. You know why sometimes I choose not to be in there. So I don't blame you for, and we all got lives and stuff. Uh, Widget said him as well, which I know you've been dealing with life because life's been lifing, bruh, and I still love you. He said he misses his drums too. My old lady said, I swear I'm still here, but hey. I did not ask her a question yet, and maybe I will ask that here in a second. Yeah, that can just be a good question for right here. My old lady does digital art. She draws for furries and other people, and
Oh boy.
yeah, she's not a furry, but that's her bread and butter. That's where she makes her
Oh
main
yeah,
thing.
dude, those furries got money, man. If you're gonna be a
And
furry, you gotta have money.
she's drawn a chibi of Ouija taking a bath in blood, and he shared it all over his socials.
That's
And she
cool.
drew a penis dragon for Clockworky, and
Those are some weird dudes.
yeah, she draws some like she can. She's really good at what she does. So at any rate, sometimes she refers to this question. She might bring it to life. At any rate, she asked if you could be an animal or a fictional character like a unicorn or something of that
It'd be a crow.
crazy. Yeah, that's what you are. That's right.
Yep.
What would you be?
It would
So,
be a crow. It would
uh,
I would be a crow or a raven. Probably a crow, but I would settle for a raven if I did not have the choice of crow. If somebody already picked crow, I would be fine with raven. Or a
what is
phoenix. Phoenix would be cool for a one that's not real. Phoenix would be awesome. That would be my pick for not real, and then crow for something that is real. Like if I got reincarnated tomorrow, if I just fucking have a nuke hit my house right now and I was reincarnated, woke up as an animal, I'd pick crow.
Wiggles looks like a duo corn? He also asked, what's that trophy? I think he just said he got that from winning a DJ battle in
Yeah, I got second place in a DJ battle in Mississippi last year.
yeah.
It's a Third Coast Radio DJ battle. Shout out to Third Coast Radio in Mississippi.
Here you go. All right, did the skill. We done that. You just answered that. Yeah, my answer would be a tiger, but she's drawn me as a version of that, and something she hasn't done. My fictional answer would be like a gargoyle because I'm not a
Oh,
morning
that'd be cool.
person, and
Would you
I
be
like.
like would you be one of the gargoyles that's in the Hunchback of Notre Dame at the top of the castle?
Well, that's not. Yeah, no. What I'm saying, like the cartoon from in like the 80s, 90s, I would be the little red gargoyle guy or whatever because I
Oh
like to
yeah, I
come
know what
to
you're talking
life.
about. I can't think of the name. I know
And
exactly what
they
you're talking
turn
about
into
though.
stone in the day, but then they come to
Yeah, yep.
life at night.
I know exactly. That was like a superhero movie, but with gargoyles.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
So
super. Yeah,
that
I
would
know
probably
exactly
be
what you're
what I
talking
would
about. I
be
can't.
for
I think
the.
it was called Gargoyles. Actually, I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's what I would be if I was a fictional, a fake made up thing.
That would be pretty cool.
Uh,
If I was a woman, I'd be Medusa, but I'm not a woman, so I can't answer that.
yeah, boy.
I've got a slip mat, vinyl slip mat that's got a Medusa on it.
That's dope. I wish. Who's to say they ain't? Fuck it. At this point, if aliens are real, why can't freaking Greek gods be real?
I mean, that would be cool, but
Yeah,
I'll pass on Medusa being real. You know,
that bitch. Look at you, turn you into stone. I get my
yeah,
wish.
exactly. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
how'd you become a gargoyle? Well, I looked at Medusa, and in this world, you turn into
Listen,
stone, but you
that
become a
ass was so
gargoyle.
fat. I was looking at it, and she looked back at it, and bam, I was a stone, baby. I was a
It's like that
stone.
meme. It's the Roman soldier, and he's looking down at Medusa's tits, and she's like, "Oh, hello, eyes up here," and he's like, "No, I don't think so."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Awesome. Uh, okay, the next question I have for you is kind of worded weird, and it'll probably stay worded weird because it works, but it's a whole lot. I don't know. So who or what inspired slash came up with your stage name, and if you have a logo that is identifiably yours, whether it's on a hat, a shirt, a wall, whatever, what is that design and how or who came up with it? How did you
Yeah,
create it?
I design all my own stuff. I'm not awesome at Photoshop, but I'm good enough to make logos and stuff. So I made my own logos. I chose my name Skykrow because my name is Skylar, and I wanted to take the word scarecrow and just make it Skykrow. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna say Skykrow, I got to have like a catchphrase. So I was like, caw. I'll do the
Mm.
CAWS, and then I'll have birds be like a sub theme and have this like Halloweeny thing going on. They're like all the Halloweeny horrorcore shit was just kind of like a byproduct because I was like, well, if I do Skykrow, that's like my name mixed with Scarecrow, and that's cool. And nobody else has that name, so I can use that name because when I was thinking what my name was going to be, I made sure that any names I was thinking of, I looked into it and made sure there was no other artist with that name before I picked
I
it.
noticed
So I was like,
that.
okay, well, Skycrow's not taken because that's unique enough that nobody is going to really have that because that's
The
not really
name
like a
itself
thing.
is unique. And then like I wanted to type it with crow with a C at first, and I'm like, wait, no, it's
Yeah,
a
I changed it to the
K.
K. Yep, that was a way to also to make it because it just looked weird with the C. When I was like writing it out, it just looked really weird with the C, and it was just like from a graphic design standpoint, it just looked really weird. Like imagine Lincoln Park spelled like Lincoln, right? Like that would just look really weird. It wouldn't look
Right,
normal.
right.
It would look out of place. And it was kind of like the same thing with the Sky Crow with the two Ks. Is it just looked weird to have the crow with the C from a design standpoint. That was almost entirely a functional choice to make it a K over a C. I didn't really like care one way or another, but that was almost purely like a graphic design functional standpoint to make it a K because it just looked so weird when I was writing it out. I was like, it didn't matter if it was a capital C or lowercase c. It just looked stupid with the C, but it looked awesome with the K. I was like, okay, this is perfect. We'll just keep it with
No,
the
yeah,
K.
I dig the aesthetic of it. CEO is gonna love you for that as long as obviously you use it because, like you said, search engine, analytics.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna have that. So if somebody types that, you are most certainly gonna come up,
yeah,
and then it
exactly. Like
might
if
try
you
to give like autocorrects or it might try to put
Yeah, I get that a lot when
scarecrow.
if I type it in on YouTube, it'll try to autocorrect to Scarecrow, but I think I have enough stuff released now that it doesn't really do that anymore, or it'll still show my stuff anyways at the top. just because I'm the only one with Skykrow. Every once in a while, like there's a Scarecrow dude that pops up in the same searches as Skykrow, but other than that, I've never had anything come even close. There's just that Scarecrow dude that he's not even a big artist. It's like some smaller like EDM or some kind of electronic or something like that. And that was the only name that was even remotely close to Skykrow.
Now, is there any like ties to like? Do you like crows, or is that just
Yeah, well, I mean, I like them. I didn't really have any opinion one way or another on crows before I was rapping, but because I was already like had the motif going on of the crows with the name and stuff like that, I just started getting more into crows. And I was like, oh yeah, crows are actually pretty cool. Like if you give them
crows are
trinkets, they'll
very
bring you
cool,
shit,
man.
and they'll like they're pretty loyal for the most part. They
Yep,
have good memory for birds. Like
they'll remember you
birds are
forever. They
notoriously
like
kind of
bond
dumb,
with
but
you.
crows are like the smart birds.
Yeah,
Crows and
they'll.
ravens are pretty smart for birds, as it like most birds suck. So I learned a lot about crows as becoming an artist that has the crow theme. And I have an artist in like I don't even remember where, like Azerbaijan or some shit, some like way out there in the east that does my cartoon graphics, and then I do all my logos.
Okay.
So I have a guy that makes, so like if you see the on my like website, you'll see like the cartoon little version of me. I have an artist that makes those. But then all of the logos that have my name on it are done by me. So like the Black Feather LLC, I made that, and the Skykrow, I made that one.
And that's kind of clever that the black feather, that's obviously a play off of a crow has a black feather,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep. That's precisely when I was deciding what I wanted my company name to be, because I started as an artist first, and when I was like, oh, I want to kind of do the label stuff, so I was like, well, I'm going to need a company name for that. And Black Feather is taken by a lot of other stuff, but not in music, so I'm okay with like the copyright trademark related, because with copyright and trademark, they're pretty strict, but they also recognize that there's only so many names, and so if you can trademark Black Feather as a label, and that would be totally separate from Black Feather as like a art company, or like Black Feather as construction or
You,
something, like
you,
there
yeah,
you can everyone can have the same name because they're in different categories, they're in like different industries, so you're able to get the copyrights and trademarks for those because they're in different industries.
right.
And that was
Hey,
another
so
thing I looked into too when I was like deciding my company name. I wanted Black Feather for sure, and I just had to make sure that I could make it work because I knew that was too common. That there was no way that I was going to be the only one with that, and there was a ton of people who had it, but nobody doing music related stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'm safe there then, because I
no,
had to
that's cool.
I did a lot of
I
research on
personally
it.
wouldn't have even thought that deep into something like that, to be real. I kind of
Oh
blinded.
yeah,
And like,
I'm
listen,
very much
Dreadlock
a Batman
Juggalo
style person.
is very vague. Like, just for instance, my name, my YouTube name on here, Dreadlock Juggalo.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any other channel. I didn't even think to look. There's plenty of juggalos with dreadlocks, though, so it's not
yeah.
far fetched to think somebody else could have already tried to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I didn't think
Yeah,
like
you
that.
just got
Now,
the luck of the draw, and nobody else thought of that combination
right,
of words.
right. So, and
And
I
sometimes
actually
you'll oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say I actually had that happen though with my other channel on tropical fish. I casual aquatics, and not to promote it, but that's the name of it, and that's
Hmm.
a very vague. It's just casual. I'm casually in this aquatics hobby,
Yeah,
casual aquatics. That's what came up with me, and I was running it for 2, 3 years, and then another channel came in. I found them one day just searching my shit, and I'm
you're
like,
like, oops.
hey. And no, and like we messaged each other type beat. It was like, look, man, I kind of got that domain. You can keep using it. And he kind of, at first came off kind of cocky, like, well, anybody can have whatever. I'm like, this is just how it works, man. I kind of had it first. It ain't like I had some, like an actual copyright, like I'm going to take you to court, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's me. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
for YouTube,
you
you
would have
do get to
some.
gain that IP or that name if you hit so many, followers and yada
Yeah.
yada, and then they can't
Yeah,
then.
and in court, even if you don't have the copyright, it makes it harder in court. But in court, if you can show that you had it for a longer time, they do take that into consideration. So even if you're like not on the up and up on your copyrights and your trademarks, if somebody tries to like take it from you, you can bring that as evidence to court. Like, hey, listen, I've had this channel for 5 years with this name. I've got a
Right.
precedence to this name. This person just came in out of nowhere and tried to take the name, and
And
they'll consider that.
he ended up messaging later on. Another, I don't know, year goes by type beat, and like I wasn't haste. I swear I was not haste with dude at all or whatever. And he's like, look, you were right, kind of pretty much. He's like, I have had so many people. I tell them to go check out my, whatever, and they're saying it's pulling up this random other channel, which happened to be me. Like I
Yeah,
literally have the search CEO for casual aquatics.
the
So
SEO. Yeah, yep.
yeah, that so like I think he ended up changing his name, but yeah,
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do. You either gotta be better than them or change your name. If their channel is beating you in the SEO, then you just gotta take the L and change your name.
but I never really think about that stuff when going and doing a thing, as in
Yeah,
you
that
really thought out your name and yada
I'm
yada,
very
and that's
business minded, so I don't just stumble into anything. Anything I do has been not necessarily meticulously planned, but there's been thought put into it beforehand. I don't just do stuff off the cuff most of the time. Usually there's been some thought put into it, especially when it comes to especially when it comes to like names or anything that's going to be permanent. So like the business name or my artist name, that's stuff I want it to be permanent and not change.
right. Um, that's I even get the same thing though. And that was random. Like I did not name my nickname. I didn't even give me my nickname. My nickname came through a homie, a funny, crazy story, an encounter, and it stuck. And then it just fits my goofy, bouncy personality. But like Wiggles, that's what I'm known by in my
Mhm.
community, the Juggalo community. But I have no affiliation to the Wiggles, the cartoon, and there are even
Yeah.
other Wiggles the clowns or whatever. Like I'm not even trying to take that. That's my nickname. That's what I get called. That's what I'm gonna call myself. Push came to shove. If somebody wanted to take me to court on Wiggles, I'm like, look, y'all, I can't say it publicly, I guess.
Look,
Or,
bro, you can have it. You can have it. If
yeah,
you're gonna
like,
take me to court,
that's
you can
a
have that
fuck. Yeah.
shit. You know what
Yeah.
you should have your intro song be for the every time you do an interview? You should have it
Oh.
be that wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle. That should be your theme song.
Yeah. There's an ICP song that's got Wiggle really hyphened in it too. Fucking Juggalo soldiers, Wiggles, and Pete, you're awesome. And yes, we're awake. I don't know what time it is for you right now. We started this at 7. I'm guessing it's 8 or 9
It's
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Uh, okay, so 8 your time, probably 9
Yep.
mine. Yeah, but I always stay up late anyhow, Impede. It's beer time, absolutely. And honestly, we are now to the game questions, and these only take like 10 minutes again.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna grab a drink before you explain that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold still. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Stop.
All right, hit me.
So it's just an assortment of either or, my guy. I'm gonna give you multiple choice questions, and you're gonna pick one or the other out of them. And these don't take but 10 minutes to really go through. You ain't gotta really give no super long, exaggerated answer, nothing like that. It's kind of a little fun, chill out
It
after
says
the deep
bitches or
question.
hoes. Oh shit, that's a hard question.
Yeah, right. Bitches or hoes. That's right. And then I got a random question, and then 3 fill in the blanks, and I usually do an outro, and I let you do any last minute shout outs or whatever if you feel up to it. There are 8 people in here right now. What are you guys doing? Who are you? Where are you from? Smash that like button. Share it out. Get 8
Smash the
more
like
people
button
coming
right
here at
now.
the end. We're just doing the
Get
game
your wiggle
question.
on.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoop
All
whoop.
right.
Motherfucker.
I think your adjacent is slowly becoming more. No. Uh, all right. Okay. So, the first question, or yeah, is Twix or Reese's, the candy.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to say probably Reese's.
Okay. Um, now I stumble myself because I normally just say summer or winter. I put the two extremes against each other. But what's your favorite season?
Fall is probably my favorite season because the weather is tame but not crazy. It's not the snow hasn't came down yet and the sun's not killing you like the sun level of Mario. It's not like that outside and the winter hasn't come yet. So fall is definitely the best time of the year for me, which coincidentally goes with the whole scarecrow and Halloween shit and horrorcore shit. But that's like just a byproduct. That's just a coincidence because
Right. Just all
I
the hype.
like I like it when it's 70 outside and has a little bit of a wind, and that's it. No
Listen,
crazy sun level Mario shit. No fucking blizzards. Let's just get
hoodie
it
weather.
70 degrees with a little bit of breeze, and that's perfect.
I call it hoodie weather, hoodie season,
Yep,
whatever.
exactly. Hoodie and
It's not
shorts,
too hot,
where it's
not too
cold
cold.
enough for a hoodie, but you can still wear shorts.
Yeah, right. Um, People are gone and horrible. So nice, man. What, Impede? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
You
Nice,
talking that
man.
crazy?
Insane life and family is forever. People are gone and horrible. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so this wasn't supposed to be a stop. It's supposed to be go, go, go. No. At any rate, day or night?
Night, always nighttime. I'm a night
Yeah,
owl.
not a
Fuck,
morning
fuck
person.
waking up at the ass crack of dawn, dude. That shit sucks.
Yeah. Truck, SUV, or car?
SUV.
Okay, best of both worlds there. I personally like a truck. You seem to haul more and earn a dollar always with a truck. People say they're gas guzzlers, but if you compensate for it, then I mean, you're only paying for your gas.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like having the option of being able to transport stuff and also transport people. With a pickup
yeah,
truck, you can only transport stuff, and cars
a
only
couple.
transport people. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get both with
yeah,
a SUV, especially like a full size SUV. That's like the best is a full
yeah,
size SUV.
yeah. Suburban or something.
Yep, like an Explorer or something like that, or a
Okay,
Hummer.
yeah. Okay, you're taking the sweetheart out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or roller skating?
Oh, movies. Fuck roller skating, dude. What is this? Was this 1980?
Yeah, well, close. At least 90s. That's what I used to do as a kid. So that's what that
Yeah, I'm good on the roller skates. We'll go to the movies
one.
every time. 10 out of 10 times.
All right. Uh, Pizza or pasta?
Ooh, pizza for sure. I like pasta, but pizza. I just
Okay.
can't pepperoni.
Hell yeah. Wrath. Is Wrath in here? What about the Wrath? I'm so confused. Swill said Wrath, Impede said Wrath. Wrath! Um, anyways, this one's for your fans. Facebook or Instagram? Which are you most active on?
Oh, Facebook for sure. Facebook for sure. Because sometimes I just like to talk and not have to put a picture or a video up. Whereas like Instagram, you have to put a picture or video up. Sometimes I just like
Right.
yapping or saying my thoughts on something.
Okay. And then what about TikTok or Twitter or X?
No, well, I don't use TikTok, so that's just default X.
Okay.
I don't use TikTok at all. I need to, but as an artist, I'm failing miserably
Slacking.
by not doing anything on TikTok. I just hate that platform, so I just don't
Miserable.
use it.
Yeah. Uh, all right.
That's what the kids
Pepsi
call
truck.
brain rot.
Yeah. Yeah. It is too. You get freaking on loops and spirals of just scrolling, doom scrolling and shit. Uh, Pepsi or Coca-Cola products?
Uh, Technically, I guess Pepsi, because that would be like Mountain Dew. So yeah, probably Pepsi if I had to pick between those two. But really, Dr. Pepper's got my heart.
See, that's me, and I only recently learned. I thought for some reason Dr. Pepper was Pepsi, but just
Yeah, I thought so
recently
too for the longest
learned
time.
it was
And
Coke.
it's its own. It's its own company. It's not Coke either.
Oh,
It's
I didn't
separate.
know that.
Yeah, it's its own shit. Because Coke's got Pib.
So it's not Pepsi then?
No, it's not Pepsi either. It's its own fucking thing.
Wow. So I learned again. I did not know that.
Because Coke's got Mr. Pibb.
Okay. Yeah.
And Pepsi just came out with its own. It's just called Doctor. You can't even get it everywhere yet. I found it in Dubuque, and I've never seen it before, and it's not up by me. And Dubuque's only an hour and a half away from me, but I found some in Dubuque, and it was with all the Pepsi shit. It was right next to Pepsi. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" I thought it was like more like an off brand, like a new off brand or something. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" I bought it. I was like, "Oh, it just tastes like Dr. Pepper." And I was like, "Oh," and then I looked into it. I was like, "Oh yeah, Pepsi made their own Dr. Pepper now." I was like, "That makes sense because Dr. Pepper knocked Pepsi off of the #2 slot for like most popular pops. Pepsi got knocked down to #3 by Dr. Pepper, and they were probably big mad about that. So they made their own Dr. Pepper.
Drinking Mountain Dew like my whole life, and I go through spurts where like I just can't stand it anymore. It starts tasting like lemon lime or something. So I just stop and I go to Dr. Pepper, and that's like all we drink in this house. Rather Dr. Pepper or generic Dr. Pepper like Dr. Thunder or something.
Yeah, I drink everything. I don't do the generic brands. I'll try a generic brand one time just because I'm a Dr. Pepper connoisseur, but I do not drink those on the regular. It's either Pib or Dr. Pepper. I don't fuck around with those off brands because they always taste off.
Yeah. No,
I'll pay the extra $1 to get the real shit.
Shit, sometimes it's an extra $2 or something.
I don't care. I'll pay it. I don't chimp out on I don't cheap out on my Dr. Pepper.
I'm poor.
Oh, I'm poor too. I will find $2 in my cushions to pay for the extra for Dr. Pepper. Fuck that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How about Faygo? Do you like any brands or types of Faygo?
I do, but I don't remember what flavor I liked. I want to say it was like it was like a weird tropical flavor. I can't remember what it was, but I've occasionally drank Faygo, but most of the time I don't really care. Not that I like dislike it. I just don't. Most of the time I'm drinking Dr. Pepper or one of my regular drinks I drink, Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew.
Half
Or
the time juggalos are dumping it on their heads. We're not even drinking it, but we all have our favorite types to drink occasionally. I like the
I definitely drank a lot more Faygo when I was on food stamps. I drank more of it just because it was a little bit cheaper. So I was like, oh, I'll just get this, and I would just drink Moon Mist or whatever it's called.
Food stamps for the Dr. Peppy. Shit, that's awesome.
I think it's called Moon Mist, isn't it? The Dr. Pepper Faygo is, or the Mountain Dew Faygo is Moon Mist. Yeah. I used to drink quite a bit of Moon Mist because I'm very much not really a one-trick pony, but if I find a flavor I like, I'll just drink exclusively that flavor. Like I've drank like probably most of the Monster flavors. I probably drank like 30 or 40 different Monster flavors, but I just always go back to the Orange Cream Dreamsicle. I just go back to that one every time.
Yeah, I like the green Monster. I'm highly addicted to it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I like a flavor, I just stick to it instead of fucking around with other flavors.
Yeah.
I'm very monogamous when it comes to my drinks.
Faygo, I don't know. The fireworks my go-to. I used to like the cotton candy, and the candy apple is okay as a treat. The Wicked Widget said the Faygo Dreamin' in the comments. It's okay poured on vanilla ice cream to me, but to sit and drink it, it's got I don't know, almost a chalky taste after a minute. So it's not necessarily.
Yeah, that's the off-brand pop. Is they all got that chalky taste.
Yeah. All right. You're forced. You don't have a choice. You either have to make a 3-mile walk in the rain, or you got to make a 5-mile walk in the desert provided water and a couple shade spots so you don't dehydrate.
Oh, it's rain every time, dude. I love inclement weather and the rain, so that would not be a chore for me to. It would suck like if I had my phone on me, it would suck. But if it
Right.
was just me walking, I'd be totally fine with that. I'd be big chilling. I'd probably take a stroll. I'd take the scenic route, go 3.5 miles.
Damn. All right. That's
I
crazy.
like the rain and the thunderstorm. It would be even better if it was thunderstorming out, or if it was like
Yeah, I
crazy,
like
something like that.
uh
As long as the
people.
wind's not fighting me. If the wind's fighting me the whole way, I'd be upset about that. It sucks walking a long distance and the wind's fighting you the whole way.
Right. 159 artist interviews, and I think I've only had like three. Or no, I just done one the other night that they also select 4 artists out of all of them said the desert. The rest instantly just say the rain. And I don't even think it's because they appreciate it, like you said. They just took the less of two evils or whatever. Three
Yeah,
miles,
less
4
distance.
miles. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Fuck all that desert shit, dude. Much more. I would rather be in the winter than the summer type of person. I love wearing shorts in the summer, but you can only put on. You can only take off so many clothes. You can put on any
Right.
number of coats in the wintertime. So
Right.
I'll take that. I'll take the colder over the like summer and the heat and shit because that fucking Mario Sun shit kills me.
Absolutely. Widgets in the chat saying desert. You're crazy, man. Like
I
the
hate
people that
sweating, dude.
hate
I'd rather
desert.
be wet than sweat. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna be wet, actually, you know what? If I'm gonna be wet in both scenarios, I'd rather be comfortable. So I'd rather not be hot. If I'm gonna be
Yeah.
wet sweating, or if I'm gonna be wet from rain, I'd rather be wet from rain.
True fact,
At
man.
least, but because at a certain point, once your whole body's wet, you just quit giving a shit.
That's shit. That's once my feet get wet and cold, I'm done, man. Count me out. I'm pissed off at the world.
I'm one of those
But
people where like I hate getting like just a little sprinkle of water, but if it's like full on pissing rain outside, I'm like, well,
so yeah,
it's
like
over.
okay.
I'm gonna be totally soaked no matter what. Might as well enjoy it.
He said I'm from tropical people. I am cold in 70-degree weather.
Look at this
Jesus.
Florida man in the comments over here.
Right. He says somewhere over on the East Coast, like literally the East Coast by the ocean. I don't remember
Yeah, I bet he's
exactly.
from Florida. That dude's definitely a Florida man.
I think it's more up northern. I'm not trying to put a spot out there, but yeah, probably
Oh,
like
okay, that makes
Virginia,
sense. Yeah, like South
something.
Carolina or something like that, somewhere
Yeah,
around there,
something.
or Georgia,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh, he
Savannah.
put it. He said, "I live in Virginia." Yeah.
Oh, Virginia, that makes sense. That's not even wet. Virginia's not even that warm. They have fucking mountains
I
and
don't
shit up there.
know. DJ Florida now said 60 is cold. You're crazy. You enjoy your fucking typhoons and hurricanes. I would
Yeah,
never
fuck
live in.
miss me with that shit. I think it would
I'll
be
take
cool to
my
be in a
tornadoes.
hurricane, but I'm not trying to live there.
Yeah, that's crazy business, man. All right, Mexican food or Chinese?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say Mexican just because I know more Mexican food and I like more Mexican food, but that's pretty close. I like
Yeah.
Mexican and I like some. I if it was Asian food, just in general Asian food, I'd probably pick the Asian food. But yeah, if it's
I don't know how
Mexican and
to.
Chinese, I'm picking Mexican.
I don't know how to order Chinese, so I like going to the buffet and just eating shit. Like I know what I like, what I've tried. I remember what I didn't like when I tried it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the route I go with Chinese. Mexican, you pretty much know what you're getting when you choose it. So if you don't
Yep.
like it, either something was cooked wrong or you're a dumbass and you wasn't paying attention to what you said you were getting, bro. And
Yeah,
Mexicans and
Chinese,
blah.
like Mexican is still northern hemisphere, like America's area, so the food is at least kind of similar. Whereas like Chinese, they got all kinds of crazy shit going on with their food. You might order something and they might have fucking duck feet or something, and they're like,
Yeah, I
what
love it
the?
though, bro. I go in there, I be on purpose. I'm gonna get that rat on a stick. That's my shit, boy. And I'll instantly, me and my old lady both get our plates set down, and I'm like, so how's the rats looking today? Are they a New York rat? Or are they one of our little local scabby rats, boy? It's
And
great. I
so
love
what
it.
you're saying is you like to get the meow ming.
Yeah, the big old fatties,
You like that
Yeah,
meow ming.
right. Puppy foo foo or some stuff. It ain't my dog. No.
You like that dog chow,
Yeah,
huh?
right. Listen, the real thing that I think it's a mutual understanding. Chinese food has that whatever chemical on it that like makes you feel full or something.
You're
So
talking
like
about
you'll
MSG? What are you talking about?
yeah,
Are they
you'll get
sprinkling
full
Ozempic on their fucking
quick
food?
or feel full. And then like 2 hours later you're hungry again. At least with Mexican food you eat it and you're full for a while. And then if you're hungry later, hours later, whatever, you might have leftovers you can eat or
That's probably the rice,
whatever.
man. That's probably rice because the rice expands in your stomach, so you get full, and then you're hungry later because it
Right.
deflates. It gets processed. That's probably really what it is. It's probably the rice.
Yeah, most likely. Uh, all right, man. I got a random question for you, and then three fill in the blanks, and that's a wrap. So the random question is: you're given $5,000 cash money, but you have to pick one store, and you have to spend it all immediately. This can be a known chain store like Walmart, or it can be a local mom and pop store to you, or a known online store, but you have to spend it all and spend it all there immediately and tell us what you might be getting.
Oh man, if I had just 5,000 random dollars, honestly, I would probably take that opportunity to. That's a toss up because I don't really need to buy plugins for the most part because I pretty much got everything I need for like producing beats. So I don't really need to buy plugins. Maybe I would do Somatic's website, but probably not. I would realistically, I would probably take the $5,000 and just buy a shitload of outfits so I can have more than one outfit. Because right now I'm just rocking the fucking this one outfit. Every show I do
Yeah.
is either this or a t-shirt and shorts. So I would probably find some like tech wear website or something like that. And just buy a ton of tech wear shit.
Oh yeah, I literally had an artist not super recent. I don't know, probably 10 or so back said he would go get shoes, get some new kicks, just run it up. He was good on equipment and stuff. I've heard
Yeah,
all
I
kinds
mean,
of
there's tons of
crazy
equipment I could
stories.
buy, but it would be in like all different websites. Like, there's like 6 different brands of like of gear that I could buy. You know what? I take all that back. You know what I'd do? I would spend the $5,000 to get a drum set. That's what I would do. I would go to I would go to Guitar Center and get the like fanciest. I would get a real like an acoustic kit, and then I would get an electronic kit. That's what I would do because I've been wanting to have drums again for a long ass time. They're expensive as fuck. I would take that $5,000 and just buy 2 drum kits, buy an electric kit so I can use it to like play live drums for beats and shit and just fuck around with. And then I'd have the acoustic kit because I like playing drums. That's what I would do. That I'd change
Hell
my
yeah.
answer.
No,
It'd be Guitar
that's a
Center,
solid
buy
answer.
drums.
But I've heard everything under the sun now. I feel like maybe not, but I like being shocked, surprised. I like hearing something different. That's pretty
Somebody
cool.
says that they pick their local casino and just says they're going to spend $5,000 in online gambling.
Listen,
Poker stars.
I'm trying to think of one
I'm
of the
taking that
bizarre
5,000
ones.
going all in.
I'm sure I've heard something kind of similar, but I've
That's
also
funny.
heard some heartfelt ones. You pretty much like donate it, like, and then like some that you wouldn't expect. Like I've interviewed some female artists, and naturally, they I shouldn't say naturally. That
I
sounds
say
wrong.
Chanel or something.
No, well, I'm saying she said she would go to Walmart and just like buy a bunch of diapers and
Oh,
stuff
that
for
makes
her
sense.
kids, so that then she can invest her own money into her music career and
Hmm.
stuff that she needs or whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know.
if I just magically had $5,000 appear, I would definitely, and I had to spend it in a store. Like if it was a gift card, I would definitely blow it on something and not buy like a functional thing because how often are you gonna just have money drop in your lap? Like you have a
Right. So it's
relative die
like
and you get
I'm
money.
not.
Like
I wouldn't have
don't
had the
don't
same
use it
happen.
on bills. Like go get something that you can
Right.
advance your career or something like that with. Don't
Right.
spend it on like groceries. That's lame.
Right. Right. Nah, I mean, listen, I'd sign it over. Whatever. It's your choice. I'm glad I asked the question. Like I said, I've interviewed like 159 artists. That number is fucking absurd to me right now, me saying that. But so I've heard 159 different answers. Some of them
That's
kind of
good.
close, but most of them individually different. So I might do some kind of like a recap of all those, like clip them all and put all of you guys in a video of what would you do with $5,000, and all of y'all just saying your answer real quick.
There's like 10
Um,
guys that all just say blow it. They don't
yeah,
even have a super name.
yeah.
They just say blow
Blow,
it.
strippers, weed.
Hookers and blow and blackjack.
I could make a song out of y'all's money, pussy, weed. No, crazy. At Walmart. No. All right.
Just songify all your interviews. Just songify it.
Sometimes I do clip little clips out of these, by the way, just a heads up.
Good.
And you're more than welcome to do the same thing.
Oh, I plan on it.
Okay, so fill in the blank. Yeah, fill in the blank. Three fill in the blank questions, and we will get you out of here. The first fill in the blank goes as follows. My favorite vacation was blank.
Man, I don't even go on vacation, dude. If I go out of town, I'm working.
Yeah.
I literally don't go on vacation. I
It can be at
guess
any point in your life.
I guess the only time I went on real vacation was like 10. I went and stayed with my aunt and uncle in Texas. That's like really the only vacation I've ever really gone on. Every other time I go on like vacation, I'm on the road doing shows, and I maybe have a layover day, or I'm at a tournament for something, or I'm doing something functional. I've been to Vegas
Right.
twice, and both times I've been to Vegas was for business. Like I went and obviously I went and screwed around town because I had plenty of time, but both the times I went, I had like a
Right, you
business
couldn't
reason
make
to
a
go.
day of it planning to go see all the
Yeah, yeah.
things.
I'm gonna utilize the time and get my money's worth out of the trip. But it definitely wasn't a vacation. I mean, it felt like it on the days that I wasn't doing the business stuff, but like an
Right.
actual just straight up vacation was when I went and stayed with my aunt and uncle in Texas.
Dude, I feel it. We didn't do that. As a kid, you come back from, summer break and you hear all of your peers talking about, we went to Hawaii or we
Oh no, I was
went,
poor, dirt
insert
poor growing
blank. And I'm
up.
saying, like, we went nowhere. We went for a country cruise. You know what I'm like, did people do
Yeah.
that? Country cruise? That was like I might have went to Six Flags, but we lived by St. Louis, and that was like once because mom got some tickets half off out of work,
Yeah,
or my
I
aunt
went on
took
vacation on my bicycle.
yeah, so it's kind of cool to hear some of the places that people have been or whatever, and yeah, that's where that question stems from for me. So with that said, I consider the Gathering of the Juggalos one of my
Yeah,
favorite
that's a vacation.
vacations.
That's definitely a
It's
vacation.
it's 4 days of pure unadulterated freedom to do whatever you want to do and be whoever you want to be.
Pure
That's a fucking
unadulterated
vacation.
buttholes.
Yeah, whatever it is, that's what you can pursue. So yeah, it's definitely probably my favorite vacation, and I'm with people that are my kind of people,
Yeah.
and you can let your guard down and just let loose.
Yeah,
And you,
I can't justify going on vacation. I could be using that time to go work on my business or work on music. So I just choose not to go on vacation. Like if I didn't have to work a 9 to 5, I would go on vacation if I could, because I would have extra time to work on that stuff. But all my
right?
free time has to be used towards doing music stuff. If I want to be serious about music, I got to do music stuff. So even if I was like to go on a vacation, I would find a way to make it a business trip where either I would be going to a show in the town that I'm vacationing in and filming, or making connections, making networking, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like the
absolutely.
2 times I went to Vegas, I did Vegas shit, but I was also doing business shit too.
Said I blew like a couple hundred, but then I had to
No,
get
I
back
made
to
money.
business.
I put $100 on black, and I walked away with $500 by the time I had to like
Damn.
go do my show. I played roulette
Let's go
for
roulette, baby.
like 3 hours. I was playing roulette, and eventually it was like, oh, I gotta go because I gotta go DJ now. So I had to fucking pack it up. But I was making money. I walked away with $500. It was awesome. I went and blew it at the fucking in the gift shop. I
Yeah,
went and
yeah,
bought a
no,
bunch of dumb shit like
that's
decks
cool.
of cards and stuff. Like I have a whole collection of decks of cards, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm in Vegas. I'm definitely buying some some decks of cards while I'm out here, dude. No way
Well,
I'm gonna
that's
be
like
in
when
Vegas and
people
not."
ask how many like, well, how many states have you been to? I've been to 7, 8 states, but I wouldn't call it visiting. It literally
Yeah,
was like passing through. If I did, I stopped briefly, but it
yeah.
wasn't
I think I've
really
been to
like,
about 20. I think I counted like 18 or 20 that I've actually been in and not just drove through because I do a lot of touring and festivals and shows, and so I've just been to a lot of states by virtue of doing touring and stuff. Especially in the Midwest, I'm right in the middle of a whole ton of states. So there's been a lot of travel going on with shows because there ain't shit in Iowa. So I gotta travel mostly to different states to get on shows or do shows or go to anything that's worthwhile anyways.
you could, that's what I'm saying, you can be your own show, like create your own establishment, bring the music to Iowa, and you can be the
Yeah,
headline.
I wish it was that easy. I've definitely tried. Pre-COVID, that was definitely a possibility. Post-COVID, not so much.
There really ain't no venues, no bars. I mean,
Well,
you
there is, but
can't.
a lot of the venues got shut down because of COVID. So there was established
Oh,
venues that had been around for 20, 30 years, and COVID happened and they lost all their business and they had to shut down. So we lost a ton of venues back during
are
that
you allowed
time.
to
And
just
so
go to a park and
that
there's a
killed, like, there's obviously the venues that survived are the bigger venues, but we lost all of the like mid-tier venues, like the 200, 300 pop venues. We lost almost all of them in Iowa because
so
Iowa's
there's a
already a small population as it is.
yeah,
So
right.
like even when lockdowns were done and the stuff came back, it just people were still scared to go out. So then the like attendance tanked. So even when the venues were back to being open, the attendance tanked. And then because Iowa's so small, it just didn't work out. And so a lot of venues shut down that had, 20, 30 years that they've been doing shows, and touring bands would come through, like all kinds of big names would come through, like Powerman 5000 and Ginger and all kinds of big bands would come through. And then everything just got shut down, and that just kind of killed the scene, the local scene for most places in Iowa.
That sucks. I mean, are you? I don't know how all again. I don't know how all that works. If I mean, at the basics of like going to a park and literally setting up equipment. I don't know if you got to pay for that. If that's something that's allowed to
It
be.
depends. That's like a city ordinance thing. So that's like per city, it's different. Some cities you have to have a permit. Some you don't. Some it depends on where you want to do it. But like, yeah, you can do that, but that's not quite the same. That's You're not going to have
Yeah,
the same level of retention, and you have to have equipment, and you have to do all kinds. You have to jump through a lot of hoops, and sometimes you might only
yeah,
be out there and it might just be you and three people, and then that's it, and then it wasn't
yeah,
worth the time. Like, you could have used
yeah.
that time to like go push your
Somewhere else. Yeah,
social, or went into a bigger show in a bigger city, stuff like that.
absolutely. I got you.
Because out here in Iowa, it's really, if you set up a country or a rock show out in the middle of nowhere, you'd have a ton of people and you'd have no problem. But like rap is
Yeah,
a really different situation with rap.
right. I feel it. And I know again, I kind of experienced a little bit of the vibe there. I mean, it's pretty. I like fishing that river right there. I mean, it's got
Yeah,
its thing, but I also get the whole country yee yee vibe and
yep.
whatever you want to
The
call it.
yeehaw motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Next one is the bicycle I remember most as a kid was blank.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of the brand of bike I have right now. I can't even think. Schwinn is the brand that everyone knows, so that's probably that'll probably be my answer because I can't think of the name of the brand of bike I have right now, because I pretty much bought the same brand of bicycle for like the last 15 years. I just don't fucking remember it, because I'm not thinking about brand names when I'm buying a bicycle. I just want a bike that works and I like it, and I
Right.
just, it just so happens to be like the same brand of bicycle has worked for me for like 15 years. I can't even think of the fucking name of it though. It's just like just a generic mountain bike.
Okay, yeah. Me, it'd be Mongoose or Next. The first bike I remember getting was like a Huffy Rocket. It was red.
Oh, Next. I
Uh,
think that's the brand. Next. I think that's the one.
okay, yeah. Next is a pretty solid bike. And then I'd always try to have like the mags and the pegs on it or whatever. And me and my
Yeah,
friends would be doing the
I never did
stupid,
the
the Chinese fire drills and like going from each
Yeah,
other's
flip around. Yeah.
shoulders. And we were stupid. Just doing reckless shit or whatever, but it was
Yeah,
fun.
I was very much a solo rider. No pegs. That should just made me too nervous.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Um, all right, man, I got one more for you. The best part about the beach, freshwater or salt for that matter, is blank.
The best. I've only been to the beach like once in my life, so I would say maybe the just the openness of the water. That there's you don't have to worry about it being too crazy crowded most of the time. Just because there's so much water, you can find a place on the beach that it's not going to be crowded. Whereas like with a pool, like a public pool, it sometimes gets too crowded. You can't really move around a lot. But the beach is very open because they're big.
Absolutely. No, sorry, excuse me. With my generic Dr. Pepper, mind you.
Oh, you heathen! You heathen!
uh, that's that's a solid answer. Again, I'm waiting for the day that I don't have to trigger it because surprisingly, maybe one person has said it. Dude, when I ask that question, we're sitting up here. Typically, it's another grown ass man. I expect somebody to just be like women in bikinis. You know what I'm saying? The typical response. But right, but it hasn't been that. I'm actually glad to say, and I'm kind of surprised. But it makes sense, you know, as you get older, you mature or whatever. I mean, obviously, the sights are nice. Me and my old lady look at the sights together. I have that privilege, if you want to call it that, or whatever. But it's not about that for me either. It's really just being there, taking it all in, humbling yourself, realizing that you will never be bigger than Mother Nature, no matter how strong physically you are, how you know, like known numbers, statistics, followers. It doesn't matter how famous. Like you will
Yeah,
never
you
be
get taken out
bigger
real
than
quick in a
Mother
typhoon.
Nature. You know,
You
you're
find out
right.
you find out that Twister don't fuck around.
Right. You can't grab a tornado and say, "Listen here, bub."
He
You
said,
just
"I got 100,000 subscribers.
yeah,
How dare you?"
you're not gonna do that. So yeah, it's really
Yeah,
just
tornado don't care how big you are.
yeah, it's pretty much just a humbling factor that is
Unless
there
you're
for
Dennis
me.
Quaid, then you have plot armor.
Yeah, you know, and like it doesn't even have to be the beach. It can be like in the woods, you know, going on hiking trails and stuff. I can have that same ambiance, if you will, or feeling, you know. So yeah, but this is your shot, man. You literally took what I said to the literal and said, I'm going to run it and I'm going to see how far I can push it. You were right about to be right there with my top, like just longest streams, not top on any other basis, just based on time. You
Oh,
were up there
I told
now
you, I'm a
with the
yapper.
top streams. 2.5 hours, I think, maybe a little
Yep.
past that, closer to 3 has been like my longest artist interview, and that's what's up, man. I just needed to talk. And again, I'm not gonna put that out there, and I'm not gonna make your stream about that, but I went through some stupid shit today, and I hope it resolves by tomorrow. But at
Well, that's
work and
good.
whatnot, and really, I just feel like I needed to just yap for no reason. So I'm glad you came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, Don't we actually have one scheduled? So we set the date, but I never had it set like officially in the
On your end,
process.
yeah, you
And
just forgot
yeah, I'm
about
like,
it.
oh yeah, let's go.
You're like, oh
So
fuck, well, I sure did, didn't I?
yeah, and then I just hurried
You
up
go
and
look at the
ran that
chat
up.
like I don't
Yeah,
remember this shit. And you go look at the chat, you're like, oh shit, I did say that, huh? Didn't I?
yeah, absolutely, bro. It's crazy, but at any rate, this is where I allow you to just give any last minute shout outs or comments, concerns, whatever. Any
Well, first of all,
questions
hit
maybe
that
that you
like
have?
and subscribe button.
Yeah,
Go check
yeah.
out my channel, Skykrow, on YouTube, or Blackfeather LLC. That's where you can find my portfolio of my all my footage I've been shooting for concerts. You'll know when you find it because you'll see the bird with my mask in it. You'll see this mask right here.
And I'm here to tell you,
My
if you're looking it up on mobile phone, sorry, I don't mean to cut him off as he's promoting. I had this problem asking him. I'm like, look, bro, I don't see your artist stuff. And he's like,
oh
it's
yeah,
right
on the
there where
website.
it
Yeah, I don't
says
know what's up with
check
that, dude.
out
I don't know if it's
artist.
my
So
I don't know if it's
let me
my
tell you,
logo or what.
well, it could be your logo or it could be my phone. I do dark mode on everything, anything, or
No, it
whatever.
does it on
So
my phone too. I have to scroll over
I
a
did
little bit.
not notice the like click here button. It looked like you just scrolling. I was looking for the menu and the three lines or whatever. You
It's
almost,
on the
at
it's
least on my
yeah, that
phone.
the websites I got to figure out something with that. I don't know if it's my logo makes the website a little bit wider. I'm not sure what's going on with that because it does on my phone too. So I don't know if that's just like
Like,
a
yeah,
problem with
I'm like,
Square
man, I hope you
or
don't think I'm being sarcastic or not trying to like validly look at his website. I'm not
yeah, no,
seeing it.
that's why I sent a link because I was like, oh yeah, I bet it's doing the same shit on his phone as it does on mine, where you got to like scroll over a little bit to get to the three dots. But yeah, my
Right.
website's blackfeatherllc.net. That's where that has all my links on it. But I figure since we're on YouTube, I might as well shout out my actual YouTube channel, Skykrow. It's my official artist page. It got the little music symbol on it and all that stuff. It's got all my music on it. Every time I have a drop, I just had a drop Skeletons featuring Sick and Sane. That just dropped yesterday, so that's gonna be fresh, hot off the presses. Go check that out. Go check out my music. Check out my channels, check out my page, all that. Check out my portfolio. If you want to hire me to film your shows or produce beats for you or engineer or you want to feature, just go to my website, www.blackfeatherllc.net and hit me up.
I wish I had a cool sound to play right there, like what he said. Yeah.
I make my own sound effects.
No, that's awesome, man. I thank you for your time, your generosity. Time is the one thing that you can never make up. Once it's gone, it's
Yep,
gone. You can't
you can
get it
never get
back.
more time.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate
We've
you
been in here
hanging
so
out.
long, all my lights are dying.
Right. They're like, get off
I had
already.
2 lights and now I'm down to 1. If it just randomly gets dark all of a sudden, that's what happened. All my lights are fucking dying.
I, I wish you the best on all your endeavors. Hopefully, I can gain you some Juggalo fans,
Oh,
perhaps,
yeah.
and
Juggalo adjacent.
yeah, and hopefully we'll get you back on here. Maybe I try to
Yeah, well,
get
the
artists
Juggalos
later
are really
on down
like
the
that
road.
skeleton song. That skeleton song is just straight up horrorcore. Sounds like some Juggalo shit. You'd be like, this guy says he's not a Juggalo. I don't know about that, man. This song is called Skeletons. It's all about skeletons. It sounds like some Juggalo shit.
We're gonna have to check it out, y'all. Whoop whoop on that. I like to end my streams the same way, man, every time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I have your link, so you will be able to find a link that has all of his then links on it, which is the website he just said. That is going to be found in the description at the top of this video. So if you're watching this on the replay and you made it to end, firstly, you're a legend. Secondly, click that link and go check him out. But I like to end the stream by saying, tell somebody you love them, man. You don't know who needs to hear it. And it could be you that changes or alters the way they're thinking or helps them get what they're getting through. They may be overlooking something that you have once went through and have the answer to, and they're just not seeing it because they're in that moment and they're blind. When I was homeless in 18, nobody stopped and was like, hey, I can't give you no money, but I'll listen to you. No, they just thought I was some dirty kid playing or whatever, just sitting on a park bench or whatever, you know. So, and if for whatever reason you can't tell somebody you don't love them, then tell them Wiggles loves them and tell them where to find me so I can tell them myself. Y'all have been great. I love you guys. Whoop whoop. Have a good night. And thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Have a good night.